You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Well, you know you made it big when they make a rug out of you. That's what happened to Trevor Lawrence, and he was handed that rug on Friday night for the scrimmage. I kind of wonder what he does with this. These guys get handed a lot of different things, and when you're famous and you're a celebrity, people want to give you stuff, which is also pretty wild, right? It's like, hey, yeah, free dinner, free this, free that. It's like they got plenty of money. But I think a rug is a bit unusual. I don't know what he does with it. Does he put it in the quarterback room? Is everybody stepping on Trevor walking into that now at Jags headquarters? Does he bring it home to Marissa and say, hey, where can we put this? Is there a man cave somewhere around the Lawrence house for the rug? But that was a unique one. If they make a rug out of you, you're either a grizzly bear or pretty famous, I guess, Austen Lane.
I guess so, man. Yeah, I don't know if you actually hang it up or if you put it on the floor, because I would feel a certain type of way if I have to, like, step on myself every single day. Or is it like, where most NFL teams do, like, where, there's a rule where you can't actually step on the rug? Like, we had that in Jacksonville when I played. We had that in Murray State where there was, like, the official rug, but you couldn't step on the logo. So I don't know if you do that and put it in the quarterback room. I'm not really sure. I don't even know how you go about making a said rug. I don't know if that's kind of like a fathead thing or something, but that's unreal.
It's a local guy because he reached out to me, and I haven't really had a chance to communicate with him. He was smart, by the way. Stewart got a shot of him where he had the rug, and so people were taking a shot of the rug, and they did it inside the stadium too. But Stewart got a shot of it, and then he smartly moves the rug out of the way, and he's got a QR code on his shirt. So,
wow, yeah.
This guy was pretty bright about it. And Austin actually, Austin Stewart actually clicked on the QR code. I was like, I don't know, man, that's dangerous to do these days, but I don't know where that's going to go. It went to the rug store. So he's got his own business. There we go. Pretty unique. And good stuff. Maybe he'll make an Action Sports Jax, a Brent and Austen rug for us at some point. We will figure that out if that is the case. Hey, we're live at Nimnicht Buick GMC, Phillips Highway, and always love coming out to Nimnicht and our friends here. And you got balloons in the background a little bit, and off to my left there's a check because today we have a check presentation for our Committed to the Uncommitted scholarship winner. This one actually dates over 2 years. The way we do our baseball, softball winner, it comes over 2 years because of the timing of everything. We have our nominees, juniors and seniors. Well, this person now was nominated actually 2 years ago, and it graduated this year. So we do our check presentation today. We'll have more on that. It'll be later on in the show. We appreciate Nimnicht for all they do with the support of the high school kids going to college. We know it. The birth of this program was basically because it's so hard for kids to get to the next level these days. And we're proud of what we're doing with the Committed to the Uncommitted. And now we roll it into football season, by the way. So if you're listening to the show, you're a high school coach, you're a mom and dad, you're a kid, you're trying to get to that next level, and you're a senior. In football, you have to be a senior. And then we try to promote you and put you out there as much as possible and talk about you a little bit and get those college coaches calling here in the 904 to Jacksonville, Florida, and give opportunities. We just try to do our part, no guarantees, but with that, we do hand out one scholarship award for $2,500, courtesy of Nimnicht Buick GMC, and that's what we will do today. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby, we got the gang together, and are you going to start bragging about the Hard Rock Bets wager right away, or are you going to wait until later?
Oh, no, man. I wasn't really going to brag. I was just kind of kidding, actually. But, I mean, we can wait till later. When Casey comes in, we can go over the game of how the weekend went. I was thinking we're going to, someone's going to share a video of it just so we could kind of get, like, hey, if we're listening, if you're listening to the Brent and Austen show, we got some bets here. It could net you some cash, but we didn't share one, so it's all good. And I know what you're going to say. Well, Austen, why don't you share one? Because when I share videos, Casey gets upset because they're not from, like, the show. So,
yeah, I get you. I don't fully understand why you're afraid of Casey. but we'll
I'm not afraid of Casey, man. I'm trying to help Casey out. Like what I was told is that the viewership on said videos goes towards how much money he makes. So I'm not trying to take money away from Casey, man. I'm trying to help him out. Honestly, if that's how you're getting paid, man, like I'm not trying to like steal your shine and everything.
He has bamboozled you. You can share whatever you want. I give you permission. But at the same time, it is good. We'll wait until Casey comes in and we'll talk about it. But it was kind of awesome, actually, what transpired. And I have no idea how Hamby did on his wagers. I know how you and I did, but yours was a big winner. So we'll get to it. Hey, a big winner over the weekend. Really, the story coming off the weekend is the scrimmage on Friday night, right? And listen, we all know what it is. We can put it in the context. We get it. Like, everybody's going to say that. You got to couch everything you say, like, nice, especially if you're starting to get a little hyperbole. But, Austen, I thought of you moments after the scrimmage when Liam Cohen talked. And I eventually did this on First and 10 training camp and talked about it a bunch this weekend, like last night at Action Sports Jacks Primetime. And I still think it's a big deal coming off the weekend as we went through the Brent and Austen show here on a Monday morning on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Liam Cohen, first of all, Trevor Lawrence looked good. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Like my eyes said he looked good. I didn't need Liam Cohen to say that. I think people around the stadium saw that, and that's a good sign. Like, hey, he's in year 5. He's a talented quarterback. He's your franchise quarterback. Like, looking good is okay. It's okay to play good football. It shouldn't warrant like, oh my gosh, look at the football that he played. He's not a rookie anymore. But I thought the words after were huge, and we eventually will get to an elaborate answer from Liam Cohen on why he looked good or thought he looked good. But he said, I thought he played awesome. Yeah. Something to that extent. I thought he played awesome is what he said after a scrimmage. I mean, and it was it. Boom. That was it, right? So I was like, wow. Like, I have never heard a quarterback be praised like that from a head coach in Jacksonville in my 17 years. Like, I've just never heard anybody say that. And I don't know if that's an indictment on the quarterback play, which it might be, or if it's just kind of the way coaches handle it and don't want to say it that loudly. But we do see it around the league, and this is where I thought of you. I mean, we got Lamar Jackson being called one of the most elite throwers of all time last week, I think, from Harbaugh. He continues to pump his guy up and get him out there. That guy doesn't need pumping up anymore. He's a 2-time MVP. We hear it from Jim Harbaugh. We hear it from other coaches around the league, just how good their guy is. I thought it was really, really profound what he said in that quick statement to kind of profess how good he thought he was that night.
Yeah, I think it's profound because we haven't heard it here in Jacksonville. I think like this is kind of the status quo around the league when you have a franchise quarterback, unless you're Dak Prescott or, unless you've been Trevor Lawrence, I feel like. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take said franchise quarterback, give him some love, prop him up, champion him, and give him some more confidence. It's as simple as that. And listen, we have to go back to the last year and everything of how that was lacking from Doug Peterson. Like, we all know it was. We all questioned it. And I get it. Trevor wasn't perfect, but even when he was great, where was I thought Trevor looked great today. I thought Trevor was a great leader. Like, you never heard any of that type of dialogue. And I think it goes hand in hand. I think if a quarterback, I mean, this is any player, but especially a quarterback where it's like the double standard where if he's playing at a very high level, then go ahead and praise him. Go ahead and build that confidence because, yes, it's a very physically demanding position. It's why they wear their red jersey. But at the same time, it's so mentally taxing as well where anytime you get a chance to prop somebody up, you got to do it.
Do you think like there was something to it like that like we're maybe going to take it and run with it the way I'm doing kind of a little bit today because we've heard it from other people around the league? Here's the reason I ask it is like, how intentional was this? Of course, he did play well, right? But how intentional was it, do you think, on Cohen's part? I don't want to give him too much credit here or take his words too extreme, but we're talking about Cohen the last few weeks and really ever since he got the job as a guy who really goes into great length and detail to answer a question. He was asked about his quarterback, and he stopped. He just stopped. He did not. I had to 2 questions later ask a follow-up of, why he said that. Because he just said, I think he played awesome, end of soundbite, next question. Do you think there was some intention to it for Trevor Lawrence? Do you think it's needed? How do you feel about that part?
Yeah, I mean, it's needed from any quarterback. Like, if a quarterback's doing well, it's only going to help to sing their praises. Like it's the human condition. This goes well beyond sports. Like if you have an employee and that employee's doing well, if you're the boss, yeah, tell them they're doing great. You know, odds are they're probably trying to work even a little harder and gain a little more confidence. So that's just the human psyche. And I think Trevor was supposed to look good or great or awesome or whatever you want to say. Like, it was obviously more than a practice, and I wasn't at the game, but I did go over the game script of like what they ran and everything. That was posted on Twitter. That was pretty convenient. So I got to see how many runs, how many passes, and yeah, I think we could all agree that practice, especially towards the end, it was tailored to Trevor Lawrence. I think it was built to make Trevor Lawrence gain more confidence. So I think all's going according to plan as well, but to be fair, until we see it a little bit in the preseason, and especially when we see it week 1 against Carolina, that's when we can really start getting a good sense of what Trevor Lawrence is.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, I'm going to kind of stop there. I just thought it was pretty loud. I thought it was, wow, I didn't hear that. Hit my ears pretty different. And we'll get into in a moment like what else he said about him. But there are a couple of things to say about this, and this is like for the folks that, like, Brent, it's a scrimmage, like it's whatever. And here's the deal. It was just a scrimmage. It was inside the stadium. First look at them for the fans. First look inside the stadium for them. It was against twos, like the ones were going against twos, the on both sides of the ball. So you would give the advantage, and there was, by the way. You look at the defensive line of the Jags, their ones, they dominated that second unit of the offense. They, at times, could hardly function. And the number ones of the Jags kind of dominated the twos on defense, and there were guys running wide open. Now, Trevor did make the one mistake. Also, another throw that Cohen will talk about in a minute that wasn't great. But, I mean, there were guys running open. There were explosive plays. It was just like, yeah, whether it was designed to make the offense look good and feel good or if it just happened that way, I just think you don't need the numbers to know. Your eyes tell the story. And I don't look at offenses in X's and O's way. I say that a lot. But when it really jumps out to you on the sideline, not even from the press box view, on the sideline, that Trevor just looks so comfortable, man. I mean, if that's the Trevor the Jacksonville Jaguars really get, this confident, comfortable, like finding the good stuff Trevor Lawrence, I mean, we could have fun around here.
Without a doubt, and I think, once again, wasn't at the whatever you call it, the scrimmage, but yeah, I heard he looked great from a couple of people, right? And that's great to hear. And I think that's the kind of the Trevor that we expect. So once again, like how much stake do you put into it? Is it better than throwing 4 interceptions and looking horrible? Absolutely, right? So, I mean, I think you build off of practices, which he's looked pretty damn good. And now you can go to that scrimmage and say, okay, he's building off that. Like, that's what it is. It's the progression, and then we'll see, when he gets his first preseason snaps, how he looks, then hopefully that looks great, and then you build into the regular season. But so far, so good. What does it all mean? I think we're more confident this year than maybe even some years of Doug Peterson in his press conferences and sound bites, but all we have to go off of right now is a scrimmage until we see some more.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're going to see much more. Like, we'll find out, I think, tomorrow a little bit better. We'll see how coy Liam Cohen is about who's playing. But I think there's a lot of us that believe, hey, if this is going to copy what the Rams have done in the past, are we going to even see the starters or the majority of the starters in the preseason at all? And I think we're curious about that. Like, if they are continuing to do what they did with the Rams, that seems what this is a blueprint of, then I would say most likely not. The Rams were one of the first teams to basically say, nope, we're not playing our starters. And they went to the Super Bowl that year, by the way, folks. I can't remember if they went that year or won that year. I don't know which one it was, but they went that year. So that changed people's thinking a bit. Now, the Jaguars are only practicing once with the Miami Dolphins, so they don't have a lot of those sessions. So that makes me think maybe they will get some reps, at least in this first preseason game, or maybe the second one, I doubt in the third game, down in Miami. So we'll see how it shakes out. This might be one of the few things that we really have outside of a practice to kind of lean on. And I think it was Z. Fortner who just said, why did the ones go against the twos? Austin, do you have any thoughts on that? Why wouldn't the ones just go against the ones? Was this kind of set up for a team and a franchise and a locker room that has a lot of scar tissue to kind of feel good about themselves? Is there anything to that, or was there something else about the ones going against the twos the way he set it up?
No, I mean, predominantly, like, obviously you see this in practice, right? And once again, I think that the scrimmage was essentially a practice on steroids. So it's I'm not like, shocked by that. I mean, that's usually how it goes. And it does build confidence, right? Because, if you can get a couple completions here or there, that's going to build the confidence. So, yeah, I mean, would you like to see ones versus ones more? Sure. But I think also what you saw in terms of that game script in terms of them passing the ball a lot more than, deciding to pound the rock. I mean, I think that speaks volumes too. I think they're trying to keep guys healthy, and that's what it comes down to, because I think you have a better opportunity in terms of, and knock on wood, you don't want to see guys get hurt at all, but I think you have a better opportunity to stay up and stay healthy if you're passing the ball than you do, running the football in the trenches and things like that.
That's a good point. And when they did run the ball, they ran it pretty effective. But, yeah, this was definitely to highlight the offensive side of things. Let's hear from Liam Cohen, if we can, Hamby, especially on Trevor Lawrence, because we did come back to Liam and be like, hey, well, why are you saying this about Trevor? Here's what he had to say about his quarterback on Friday night.
I thought he was making sharp, fast decisions. The ball was getting driven constantly. I thought he was getting driven. He missed a few, for sure. He missed Travis down on the goal line behind when Ventrell made a great play, but that ball's got to be out in front. The interception's a tough one. Parker took a little long on the route. We had an out and a corner combination down here. The guy that had the out covered, fell off. He lobbed it in the back of the end zone. Just move on, progress, or throw it in the back of the end zone. But I just thought he made good, sharp decisions. He drove the ball. I thought he ran the show well. I thought it was a good night for him.
So there he is, Liam Cohen, going into some pretty good detail. Also saying, hey, there were a couple of warts out there, right? It wasn't perfect for Trevor Lawrence. But one of the things I appreciate about Cohen so far, I'll continue to say it until I don't, is that he does elaborate on things. And there's a little bit of detail about what he saw from Trevor, Austin. Yeah,
I mean, listen, he's the offensive coordinator. Well, he's not the offensive coordinator, but he's the offensive game caller. Like, you feel like in order for this to be successful, him and Trevor have to be hand in hand, right? They have to finish each other's thoughts. And I think we saw that in the offseason a little bit of them, in terms of the dialogue and everything, and now we're seeing that amplified a little bit. Yeah, I like what I'm hearing.
All right, let's go one more on the offensive end, the explosive plays part, because I think this is what he was kind of pleased about, is that guys were running open. They made some big plays, and he even kind of talked about they haven't been making plays left and right, especially in the passing game throughout this camp over the first 8-9 days leading into this, really 7 or 8 days leading into the scrimmage inside the stadium. But he saw that, and I think that's what pleased the head coach, especially the offensive guy who wants to see things clicking on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of explosive plays. Guys made plays, made some contested catches that we hadn't really been making at times. Ton of explosives on both sides. Had the interception, obviously, with J. Lou. Great play. I just thought it was cool to see all groups make a play, make some sort of a play. Guys, I thought it was well executed for the most part. Had some false starts, a couple holds. It wasn't perfect, but thought it was a good start.
Yeah, I think you like seeing guys make plays because the Jags, quite frankly, haven't made enough of them over the last couple of years. And it wasn't just the offensive guys making plays. He mentioned Jordan Lewis. It was a heck of a pick, man. He jumped it, full extension, was able to secure it before one of those where it might hit the ground. Heck of a play by Jordan Lewis in front of more than 10,000 fans. And there was a pick in the end zone from Trevor. That one was just a bad throw. But other than that, De'Ami Brown, I thought Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker kind of all over the place. So, you had some of your bigger players really stepping up and flashing. And they're going to need that starting in September.
Well, and that has to be the name of the game coming from last year. You need a lot more explosive plays on offense. You're right that they were lacking last year. You saw Brian Thomas Jr. towards the end of the season really implement that a little more. But in terms of the running game, in terms of the first half of the season, weren't a lot of explosive plays. And then on defense, were you creating turnovers? Were you getting interceptions? Were you causing fumbles? We didn't see a lot of those takeaways either on defense. So it's refreshing to hear, in the scrimmage that, hey, it seems like both sides of the ball are doing their thing.
Hamby, what'd you see?
Yeah, I think it looked smooth. It was kind of the biggest takeaway. It looked seamless almost on offense in a way that it hasn't looked in a long time, where Trevor's forcing balls and they're trying to force to make plays, and man, they couldn't get an explosive other than to BTJ for weeks last year, and seemed like they were just trying to do anything they can to find some, and then that's when a lot of turnovers happened, obviously. De'Ami Brown is impressive. He's going to be the guy over the middle, in breaking routes. And Liam Cohen has talked about that all offseason. And, even Friday is like, at the beginning of training camp, the ball just wasn't finding his way. He was just quiet. It wasn't because of anything he was doing wrong. He wasn't just getting the ball. And in the last week or two, he's really taken a couple steps forward, especially fearlessly going over the middle, things like that. So I think the receiving core, you have question marks, right? You had question mark coming into this year. Can BTJ not only repeat, but can he get better? Travis Hunter, such a question mark. Just how much will he even play? And how crisp is the route running to beat NFL DBs, not only just on athleticism? De'Ami Brown, is he a 6-week wonder at the end of the year, or is he worth $10 million and potentially more going into next year? Through training camp, it looks like we're going to have a great group. And, again, how much can you say so far? But if it was the other way and if it looked like the receiving course of years past, you would be able to tell at this point.
Yeah, I think so, too. Again, this beats the alternative, at least to help build momentum, especially for this group. They need some momentum. They need, heck, the ticket office, everybody in the building. This group needs momentum coming off a big-time disappointment the last really 18 months if you go back to the last season and a half. So, I think this is fine. And is it going to be a little dramatic and hyperbole maybe? Okay, whatever. It does beat the alternative. I think what you're saying about De'Ami Brown is interesting. Somebody asked me, hey, how are they using De'Ami Brown? I think it was Friday night or Saturday. I was like, I used him on all levels. It's not just the screen game. I thought he got actually in every level, Hamby. It was in intermediate, the long game. Yep. De'Ami Brown did look good. And as Cohen said, it was 3 practices in a row that he's really started to emerge, which Austin gives some credence to the excitement level that Baselli had on draft day about him, right? I look at De'Ami Brown and I say, okay, on the offensive side of things, this is where I feel like the Jags are playing chess more than checkers right now with this group. Now, am I giving them too much credit? Possibly. But I thought the De'Ami Brown piece was a chess piece when they acquired him. I thought they had a vision for how he fit in Liam Cohen's offense with this group. We'll see if I'm right, but there is excitement about him, especially coming off the last week.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about a solidified offense in the NFL, you need that X factor. And that X factor, you can call him a gadget guy. You can call him just it's almost like the Debo type, where if you need a jet sweep, if you need, just a red zone target out of nowhere, I think he can be that guy. Maybe Tootin can be that guy, but they have to have one of those dudes that can be the X factor. And no, it can't be Brian Thomas Jr. because guess what? We already know what he's going to bring to the table. Well, now it can't really be Travis Hunter because guess what? Teams are going to be playing for Travis Hunter on offense as well. So, who's going to be the guy that no one really talks about that can go out there and make big plays, especially when it matters the most? And I think that can be De'Ami Brown. Or it could be Tootin, once again. But my point is you need to have an X factor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that could be the case. My curiosity is how they use him and also how much production Brenton Strange gets. I know Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter are going to get touches. I think Etienne and Bigsby are going to get touches. To your point, what's the Tootin role, especially early? And then, again, can Brenton Strange be productive? Not how they're going to use him. I feel like I know how they're going to use him, but can he be productive? And that's another common thread here, guys, I will say. Somebody said to me on the sideline the other night, he's like, I've been around here a couple years, and I don't know if I've seen this many people running wide open. And I don't know what that says about the defense or how they're scheming things up. but I also feel like Brenton Strange is open. And I know I commented to you guys, I think early in camp, I was like, man, I feel like the tight ends are open. And so I don't know how much of that is, again, breakdowns on defense, scheme. Like, that's the other thing you get a lot when you talk to the fans. It's like, okay, Josh Hines, Allen, Trayvon Walker really playing well. Does this mean our offensive line sucks? Right? Like, I get it. Like, I get it. You have to be beating somebody, right? So, like, where do you get excited? But I think more people want to see this offense go. So let's just, if you take the defense away for a bit, they want to see the offense go. So if you've got people running wide open, I feel like that's at least a good indication of scheme and how they're setting the table, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, this team's identity's got to be through its offense first. Simple as that. You brought Liam Cohen here for a reason. You brought Travis Hunter here for a reason. It's got to be an offense.
And I think it will be. Hey, let's do this. Take a break. And when we come back, we haven't mentioned Travis Hunter. We did see something that I thought everybody's been waiting for. I mean, the changeover. Now, that was about as unique as we'll see, because inside the stadium in a scrimmage, changing the jersey, running across the sideline, that will never happen again. Like, that's not how it works. He's got one jersey. But that is how it's going to start to work during practice, and seems to handle it very well. There was another national writer that came to Jacksonville camp last week, had some interesting thoughts on Travis Hunter, and there was a quote or two that I found pretty interesting. So a little Travis Hunter conversation when we come back. We're just getting warmed up here on a Monday, the Brent and Austin Show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hey, we call it 24 hours for a reason. We've got programming all day long on the network, on actionsportsjax.com, the Action News Jax app, and, of course, our show all over the place on social media as well. As you take a look at Jordan Lewis and a little celebration. Jags have some good players on defense. Can they collectively get it done?
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet.
Each location has a different vibe, its own personality. Like
here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
The moment you bite into a Mason's famous lobster roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good. Mason's famous lobster rolls from the waters of Maine.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Well, the Jaguars have made a move. I guess. I mean, hey, and I'm going to get into the second. Brent's laughing like it's a big deal. Hey, Hamby, who's this guy right now?
Austin Johnson.
Austin Johnson. Now, can you tell me do you know what Austin Johnson's stats were last year? Because I have never seen this before from a defensive tackle.
I have no idea.
This guy had more interceptions than sacks. How crazy is that?
Wow.
2 sacks. His compliments of Geno Smith and I assume was probably Joe Flacco if he's playing the Colts. Yeah, we're going to call it Joe Flacco. Don't quote me on that one. But Geno Smith and Joe Flacco. Now, Hamby, we bring back something that we haven't seen in a while on this show. Everything's been good. Everything's been gravy. New regime. Brent's laughing again, man. Brent, I brought it up last week. I feel like Chicken Little because no one's really caring about it, but I'm going to repeat myself like I did last week. I'm worried about this interior defensive line because Mason Smith is still out, and Eric Armstead, when he was in, wasn't practicing with the ones, and now all of a sudden he has back issues.
So how worried are you?
I mean, I think I'm pretty worried because what's the plan? Like, let's be honest right now. Let's have an honest conversation. If you want to look at last year's biggest detriment to the team, what was it?
Stopping the run.
Interior defensive line.
No? Interior defensive line.
Okay, yeah, interior defensive line. And obviously, there was the whole Mason Graham stuff. And listen, we're all happy that Travis Hunter's here. But then my question is, okay, well then what have we done so far in terms of interior defensive line to make ourselves feel better? We basically re-upped on Mason Smith, which obviously you should. He's a very young player. Showed some promise towards the last part of the season. And then we relied on Eric Armstead to go, okay, well, you know what? He was playing out of position last year. Bad defensive coordinator. It'll all be okay. Well, right now, Mason Smith's out. Right now, Eric Armstead, we don't know what's really happening. And we have, I guess, Lacey is the starting defensive tackle until proven otherwise. So, yeah, I'm a little worried about it. Yeah. I'm trending. Wait. Towards the panic button.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I think you have a decent point to do so. You did bring this up last week. I was less panicky about it last week. I would say I'm a little bit more concerned this week. And we know this. Let's go from where we start. We have high hopes that Eric Armstead would get back to what his resume says. We have high hopes that Mason Smith takes a leap, takes another step in year number 2, which would be fine because I thought he flashed a little bit. I like Mason Smith. I like what I saw, some of the things. And he was having apparently a good offseason, and now he's been stymied a little bit by injury. Those are still hopeful things. Like, we don't know what the Jaguars have there at that 3 technique spot, particularly. But Austen got a little concerned about this last week, and I think there was added concern on Friday night when Eric Armstead wasn't out there. We all started to kind of be like, all right, what's going on? I thought there might be even some more news coming on Armstead, like, uh-oh. And it turns out to be it was a sore back day-to-day. But he has not participated in team drills even at the start, like off the jump of this training camp. We thought that was maybe a veteran-type thing. But now the back creeps up. Well, he hasn't really even been doing anything, Austen. Like, so how? I'm not saying you can't hurt your back, but
he's been out there, just not with the ones. Like, I've seen him go through periods. He just hasn't been with the ones.
Yeah, he does individuals.
Yeah, and if you listen to, and once again, just I'm taking it out to dinner. I'm not hitting the panic button yet, but I'm flirting with it.
He's courting it.
Okay, I'm courting it. Like, I'm seeing, like, I'm gonna swipe right on it. Is this right? Yeah, I'm swiping right on the panic button right now, because if you listen to Coach Campanelli, then yesterday at practice, when they asked him about Josh, go back and listen to what he says about Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker and how he sings their praises. And then go back and listen to when he's questioned about the interior defensive line, what he says. Now, it's more positivity, but it's definitely a different tune from what he was singing about Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. And talking about, these guys are legit, these guys are studs, everything like that, to, okay, the interior defensive line. They're working hard. They're I mean, that's what it is right now. So, once again, I'm swiping, and I'm waiting to see. Hopefully, Mason Smith comes back inside a conversation. But until that time, like, are we confident with Lacey? Are we confident with a guy who had a half a sack last season in Austin Johnson? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a fair point. And I think Lacey's interesting because he played more of the big end spot, if I remember last year. Again, that was a different style of defense, but that's where I think he was more penciled in. And now it goes back to that interior. You said Austin Johnson, just to give people an idea. This is a veteran guy who played at Penn State. He's been in the league a while. He was drafted actually by the Tennessee Titans, then played for the Giants, the Chargers, most recently with the Bills. And, again, he's got like 8 sacks, but from that position, they just went and got a body that they could kind of, at least stopgap this thing, which does that make this more long-term? Do they just not have enough there? To Austin's point, here are the 2 quotes from Campanelli yesterday on Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. We got a bunch of talent there on the edge. I'm just always going to go back to what's our play style, being that way, 1,000 miles an hour every snap of the game. Those guys can bring it that way. It really does a lot for our defense. Saw a lot of good things from them the other night. Blah, blah, blah. Now you go back to the defensive interior. They were asked about the rotation of interior defensive linemen. Quote, those guys, they're working hard for us. We just try to develop consistency in there. I think those guys are getting a lot of good work. I thought Tyler Lacey had a good scrimmage the other day. I thought those guys were working hard, running to the ball, and the biggest thing we talk about is not staying blocked. They're doing it. Whether they're grinding blocks, playing primary to secondary, or getting penetration, they've been doing what we're asking them to do. We're going to keep asking them to do that with a great level of consistency. And now that might read or sound different from hearing it from me than Campanelli, but I think Austin's got a good point. When you start saying, hey, they're working hard and they're doing everything that we're asking them to do, that's very nice that they're doing that, but that's also not extreme. Oh, we really like what these guys are doing, right? I mean, there's nothing in there that says we're dynamic here. And I think there's a little bit of a trouble spot right now here, maybe halfway through camp, that the Jaguars have to figure out. And it's not, I don't think the panic yet, Austin, but they might be panicking more because they know more. So, like, what is the projection for a guy like Mason Smith in this injury? When is he coming back? When's he getting back in the fold? What about Eric Armstead? Like, how do they feel about him, first of all? How much does he have left, second of all? And how serious is this back thing that now is listed day to day? I mean, those are concerning things with a guy that is at his age and coming off injuries the last couple of years, quite frankly, and poor play and trying to find it again. So you can't just hit and hope on this stuff. And the Jags might be fishing right now to try to find an answer by September 7th and that home opener.
No, without a doubt. And listen, I think all you have right now is hope until we hear more, because this Eric Armstead back thing, like, it kind of stuck up on us, I feel like. I mean, we could have sat there and said it was just, he's getting the veteran treatment, even though I thought that was a little weird. But the fact that now we're seeing an injury is a little, I think, concerning to me. And then with Mason Smith, I don't think we've got an update yet in terms of how he's trending in terms of coming back. And I get it, Brent. You go at last year, and we can sit here and say, okay, obviously interior defensive line was a big need. I mean, there was a lot of big needs from last year, what we saw in that field, right? And when you have a boat that's full of holes, you can only clog so much to keep from sinking, right? So I think they did address some needs, whether it's in the secondary, obviously another wide receiver for Trevor Lawrence. So they did a great job of shoring up some holes, but I think the biggest one, the biggest glaring one, was interior defensive line. And right now we're starting that same conversation. And make no mistake about it, we have something that a lot of teams in the NFL, if not maybe 2 or 3 teams, have, and that's 2 legit bookends. 2 guys on the edge that you feel great about. You just set it and forget it. Not every team's having that conversation. Not every team right now is on the radio saying, okay, well, you know what? At least the edges are good. No, we're going to generate pass rush. We know we're getting with Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker. They're going to be the quarterback's worst nightmare. Fantastic. Defense, upgrade for Campanelli. Great. But they're only going to be as good as your interior defensive line is going to allow them to be. And right now what you have, I don't know if they're going to, reach that full potential, because we've seen it last year. We saw the numbers last year. Yeah, they had great seasons, but they probably could have been a little better with some interior push. Now, I get what people are going to say. Well, you got Dwayne Smoot. I'm telling you right now, Smoot, I think, is more versed on the outside than it is on the inside, because he's getting his reps on the outside. Now, maybe they move him down simply because it's going to be the position of need, but I'm not the most confident right now on the interior until guys start coming back.
Well, yeah, and I think you brought up a couple of really good points there. You're not going to fix it all in an offseason. They're just not going to do it. I mean, Mason Graham certainly could have been on the list. I don't think they were ever picking Mason Graham. I mean, I don't know about ever, but they weren't going to take Mason Graham anyway. Maybe they couldn't patchwork that enough. And I'll be honest with you, they had the defensive edge depth as well was something of a concern. They did fix that. They addressed that. They helped that part out. And I actually didn't mind the way they went into this season. I had confidence that Eric Armstead could find some part of that game. Was he going to be 27-year-old Eric Armstead? Probably not. We know that. But was he going to find it? And then I do like Mason Smith, and until that proves to not work out, I'm going to be in that camp at least for a little bit. So we'll see where it goes. That's why, again, panic button might be close, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be hit yet. I think the big question, guys, is if right now as we sit, do you feel like Eric Armstead is going to impact this football team? Because he's the more known commodity. He as a veteran can still have some good play if he's healthy and he's in there. Mason Smith might have a great ceiling, but we probably will still come with some inconsistent play as a young player. So my questions when it comes to the interior are, okay, is Eric going to give you anything? And then also, is Devon at a high level? Let's just assume he's playing at a good level or a high level. Is that enough to aid your interior more than last year and help those guys on the edge get to the quarterback even more?
I mean, I think a healthier Devon's going to help things out for sure, right? I think Josh Hines Allen will be the first person to tell you that. But once again, I think it's more based off of just hope right now than it is a fact. And then that's the best you can do right now.
You still have so much more depth.
Debbie, what do you think?
You still have so much more depth on the outside where you have the first time for an opportunity to move Trayvon and put his hand in the dirt if you want to. Not to say that I would want to do that, but that's just another option that's available to you that you didn't have last year because they just didn't have guys. I mean, that's why Eric Armstead, they said that they couldn't even put him on the inside because it was Trayvon, Josh, and Armstead, and you really had nobody else. Now that they have a lot of depth on the outside with Smoot, Gardick, and Ogba, you at least have some options. I think there might be a new position that I'm very concerned with that we have not talked about. How many games, if you had to bet, would you say Trevor Lawrence is going to play 17 games in the regular season this year? It's a tough thing to do.
Would I bet it? Okay.
But a quarterback, as we've mentioned many times, a starting quarterback will miss time at some point. That is more likely than for them to play all 17 games. Nick Mullins, I think, is continuing to be, for me, a potential area of concern. The picks are adding up. Not just in the scrimmage, but they were in the scrimmage. Jordan Lewis got him, and that was a phenomenal play. But I think we're seeing in training camp. I mean, we don't have official stats or anything like that, but they've come in bunches at times. And in some of these practices, Brent, please correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like each kind of training camp we're seeing at least one, if not a couple, and the ball is being thrown late. DBs are jumping routes seemingly easily on him. And this was a position of semi-strength that we thought we had last year between even Beathard at the start of the year and Mac Jones. And we thought Mac Jones played well for a backup. Have we gone backwards in a sense? Because, look, hopefully he doesn't have to play at all. But if Trevor's out for a game, I'm less confident now than months ago when I had barely heard of Nick Mullins and only knew him from his days throwing to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal on Mullins for me. Like, if you get to there, I think we learned last year. You're right. Hey, there was some Beathard, there was some Mac Jones. I thought the Jags were in a pretty good spot. I thought Mac Jones might have been one of the better backups in the league going into the season. They had to see him play a bunch, whether that was a Doug offense, everything else going on, who knows? But it didn't work out too well, right? I mean, the bottom line is if you go to the backup, it ain't working out. Very few times it's working out. Do you need it for a Band-Aid? Can you survive? You lean on the run game. Mullins has played enough ball where I think he can do some things like those guys can do. I also will tell you this, and by the way, I don't think he's played very well. I think there's such a drop-off. I said this to somebody on the sideline in the scrimmage. It's like, I can't believe the drop-off between the top quarterback and the rest of the quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, it just shows you how hard the position is. I mean, some of it's with Trevor. He's 6'6", and the other dudes are like 6'1". Like, they're small. And then the offensive lines obviously are getting worse, so you don't have as much time. There's a lot of happy feet in there. It looks like the pocket collapses. You almost can't even see the quarterback. Like, there was a distinct difference. And I guess there should be, but it's amazing. Like, if you bring up a backup offensive lineman, and I don't know if you can notice the difference so much as you can with the quarterback. The last thing I'll say on this, and I'm not going to panic about the backup quarterback. If they have to go there, the Jags are in trouble. I just feel that way with almost every team. If they have to go there for a long time, the Jags are in trouble. Trevor has to stay healthy. If you miss a game or two, okay, see what you can do and steal one. But I actually think Austen and Hamby, which is kind of weird to say because I think the offense is better than the defense overall, I would say it right now. I have more faith in the offense. Coming off last year's defensive effort, you just don't know. But I actually think there's more depth on the defensive side of the ball. And I think the depth is beating the Nick Mullins-led second-teamers a lot in practice. Like, I think that's what we're seeing. Like, Kaiser had a pick yesterday. I just think that defense is better than the twos on offense. So when they go head-to-head, I think Mullins is trying to figure it out a little bit. I think he's at a bit of a disadvantage. If he was playing with the ones, would he look like this? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a weird jump, Hamby. Like, of all the things that where to go with for this football team, I mean, from Eric Armstead to maybe an offensive line to whoever else. Like, you getting concerned about the backup quarterback on August 4th. I gotta give you some medication or something. Like, hey,
a guy who's supposed to be
a guy who's supposed to shot of whiskey or something.
If he's supposed to be from this system and know it really well. And he's coming from, and it's almost like a reuniting of sorts. Trevor does better than him on the quiz. after a couple months of being in the offense.
But Hamby, it's
I'm grasping at
Hamby,
straws, but it's fine.
There's so many straws you're grasping.
I have a handful.
Straws,
it's fine.
paper straws, all the straws, metal straws.
The
that you
turtles
find, like in a thermos
are in big serious trouble.
There's so many straws you're grabbing at because here's the fact.
Bendy straws are the best.
Here's the fact of life, Hamby.
Straws are so 10-ply, it's crazy.
And this isn't hope, Hamby. This is a fact. Unless you're the Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins, unless you're the Los Angeles Rams with Jimmy Garoppolo, unless you're the Indianapolis Colts with Daniel Jones, or unless you're the Cincinnati Bengals with Jake Browning, every other team in the NFL is worried about losing their starting quarterback, where if they lose him and the backup comes in, they're probably not going to win games, or at least win enough games to go to the playoffs, or at least sustain success to make a playoff run. And even like I don't think people are confident Jimmy Garoppolo coming in and just turning things around in Los Angeles. Like this is how the NFL works. So like you can't think that way in terms of, oh man, what about the backup quarterback? Like no, like let's call a spade a spade. If Trevor Lawrence gets hurt, knock on wood, all the wood. If he gets hurt, the season's done. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
And we had a ton of conversation about this last year, obviously, because Trevor missed half the season. It shouldn't be that way. And obviously, Brent, you say, yeah, it proves the quarterback position is that difficult. I get it. Totally understand. But some other teams have some formidable backups. I mean,
I said 4 of them. Name me more.
I don't know. The Colts.
I said the Colts. Daniel Jones.
Okay. Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Browning.
I said Browning.
That's
I said 4, and I said Browning's debatable. I said
Give me
Browning.
Andy Dalton. I mean, I don't know.
Yikes. I'm the Carolina Panthers, Hamby. Hamby, I'm the Carolina Panthers.
I mean, then
there's
a different level of screwed from the top 5 back up to the bottom 5. I mean, hey, you might think I'm grasping. We talked about backup quarterbacks on so many shows last year.
No, we talked about Mac Jones on so many shows because there was a hometown element. Okay.
We had the backup rankings. We did that, I think, twice, maybe 3 times, going over that. We each had a conniption because Mac Jones, I think, was in the bottom 10, which was ridiculous. And it was a consistent theme. And we haven't talked about Mullins one time all of training camp. And I'm not saying, look, I have one handful of straws. I can grab another if you'd like. I'm just saying we haven't talked about him, and maybe we should.
No, we shouldn't.
I'm just going to defer to Brent here. I mean, Hamby, like, if your franchise quarterback...
It's fine, but...
If your franchise quarterback goes down, like, it's once again, knocking all the wood. I hate even speaking into existence, but if your franchise quarterback goes down, like, I'm pretty sure the season goes down with it. Like, with all due respect to the Jaguars, they aren't built like the Eagles where Nick Foles can come in for the Eagles and will yourself to us. It's not going to happen. That was an anomaly, and I get it. Like, that's where we say, okay, the backup quarterback is so important because what Foles did. We aren't there yet, and there's a lot of teams that just aren't there yet, and that's okay. So you got to have it in your mind that, hopefully Trevor Lawrence can play the entire season.
Please. I hope so.
Jeez, man.
Hey, let's.
What's the chat saying? I don't want to know now.
They're pretty much on my side.
Yeah, I know. Actually, what?
They're
what
not.
Are they thinking? They're worried. What are we worrying about this?
I need to see the chat. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. Dude, I mean,
I don't either. Let's do this.
What week are we in? Like, it was week 16, 17. What are we doing? We're in preseason, and we're trying to get ready for if Trevor Lawrence goes down.
We haven't even got to the 10th training camp practice. I mean, and I don't even know if these guys are going to even play in the preseason. We should make it to the regular season. I'm confident, knock on wood. But I don't want to speak any of this crap into existence either, so I'm done talking about it. Brent Martineau live at Nimnicht Buick GMC. I do want to talk about Travis Hunter when we come back. I do want to get to some of the comments. I know the comments were talking about the scrimmage, and so in the first hour we'll go visit some of the comments as well. Hey, our friends at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, they have changed the name. So now you can check them out at CGC Home Services. So visit cgchomeservices.com. You'll see the new logo in the corner of our show today. So they still have water treatment, plumbing, but other home services as well, including kitchen and bathroom remodels, professional drain cleaning services, sump pump installation and repair in the state of Florida, showers, sinks, and faucets, and more. Just go visit cgchomeservices.com, located in Jacksonville on St. John's Bluff Road as well. Travis Hunter conversation coming up next. We're live at Nimnicht Buick GMC, Phillips Highway. Make sure you come check out the showroom and also visit nimnichtbuickgmc.com.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242. You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing. Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I like a lot of different things during the game. There's pancake. I got a little pocket pancake right here that I munch on. They're wonderful. You want some?
I would love some. Thank you so much, Brad. Oh, those are delicious.
Gross.
Pizza, bagels. What else do you keep in your pocket?
Whatever fits.
Whatever fits. There you go. You heard it here from Pat Murphy first. Pat, thank you.
Now, I want to let people know right now. This may not be a big baseball show. It may not be a big baseball channel. But if you're looking for a team in the postseason to, climb on top of the bandwagon, and let's go ahead and call them America's team real quick, this team is for you. Now, Brent, if you aren't sold to ditch the Red Sox and all that money you guys are spending and everything and get with America's team, here's one more example, Brent, why the train is leaving and you better get on board real quick. Hamby, you have the other video?
For whoever listens to this, the 14 people that listen to this, that Sophia was getting cupcakes delivered in the dugout during the game. That's how popular she is here in Seattle.
Did she share?
I was so perturbed that we were taking time out for a grown woman's birthday, okay? 10-year-old, I'd have been excited.
Okay.
But a grown woman's birthday is being celebrated in the middle of the game, and the guys were all excited.
Wow.
Everybody. I think they sang happy birthday during the game. It's just not, it's not behavior conducive to a winning ball club.
I agree.
Yeah, you overcame it.
Yeah, 2-1.
You persevered.
It was egregious behavior.
You persevered and you pulled through, though, in the end.
We did.
It's more fighting woodpeckers today, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had some woodpecking going on today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Brent, are you coming on board or not? It's basically I'm talking to you in terms of how you feel about birthday parties. Liv Tasley?
Yeah, sounds like us last week when we tossed that to Liv.
Liv Tasley? Let's go, Brent.
I like
Come
this
on
guy
board.
a lot.
Come on
By
board.
the way, they won that game 10-2.
Yeah.
Well, they scored like 40 runs this weekend. The Brewers did. They're hot. But I don't need to ditch the Red Sox, by the way. This could turn into a baseball show because the Red Sox and the Brewers are like the hottest teams in baseball.
Yeah, the Red Sox are doing their thing. Would have liked a little more help against the Cubs, Brent, but whatever. You guys are back on board. Congratulations.
Has he been like this, Austin? Because I don't really know much about Murphy, but these are like two things in like a weekend, and all of a sudden it started to pop a little bit. But has he kind of had this demeanor and all year?
No, this has been him all year. It's just now like the Brewers are doing good, so he's getting showcased a little more, which is really cool to see. But like, it's not like we're on Apple TV, which I didn't even know was a thing for baseball. But I watched the game. It's like we're on Apple TV now. Like let me go ahead and get a pocket pancake. Like no, like this is who he's been. But it's funny, man, because like during that game, because obviously we're watching them and Apple TV. How convenient, we actually get that channel, so that was easy to find. I go upstairs, take a shower, come back downstairs, and Ronan's like, "Oh, you missed the pocket pancakes." And I'm like, "What? Did you get into like the liquor cabinet? What are you talking about, pocket pancakes?" He's like, "Yeah, the pocket pancakes." I go, "Okay," and like I didn't know what he was referring to. So then we're still watching the game and everything, and then I go on Twitter and like pocket pancake was a thing for a little bit trending. I go, "What the hell is a pocket pancake?" And then I see the video. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes a little more sense." But that was wild. Like, shout out to that reporter for earning, some overtime, man, because I wouldn't have made a pocket pancake from somebody else's pocket.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, from somebody else's pocket is pretty interesting, but good for her.
I've never seen a head coach outside of the dugout doing an interview without a hat.
Oh, Hamby's mad. Let him know, Hamby.
Put the freaking hat on, Pat.
Go ahead and tell Pat Murphy how to do baseball right. Please, I hope we get Pat Murphy on the show one day because I want to hear you tell him how to do baseball right.
And just have your hat on.
Dude's button nonstop, and you have a problem with how he does baseball. Okay.
It's egregious misconduct.
Okay.
That's to steal his words.
You guys are playing at a speedway.
Have your hat on. Just like the Yankees. That's what they do. They do all the proper things except play baseball the right way.
I was going to say, since it's working out well for them, Brent.
The Marlins.
They freaking suck.
The Marlins, unbelievable. That was the first sweep ever in New York. Do you know that was the biggest crowd they've ever had down there for a weekend series?
Good.
We talk about the crowds that are bad. I get it. A lot of Yankees fans down there, too. But the place is kind of rocking, and they're playing really good ball. I still think they're too far back to contend, but they're in contention. And they're like the Jacksonville Marlins because a bunch of players have played. Hamby, do you know? You're a baseball guy. Can you, name a Miami Marlin?
Oh, yeah, Kyle Stowers is really, really good. He was in the All-Star game, and then he was in the swing-off, and he's on my fantasy team. So,
well, but he's the one guy, and that's just because of this year. Before this year, you wouldn't nobody would know who he is. He was in the All-Star game. He got really hot. He got really hot right before the All-Star game as well. So he had crazy numbers. He's part of the reason they're on this thing. Cabrera is a decent name. If you know ball a little bit, I don't even pretend to know baseball with all the minor leaguers and prospects. But Edward Cabrera, who's pitched down here, he's a decent name. Outside of that, they have nobody.
Yuri Perez, you've probably heard,
and they're playing really well.
They've
figured something else. Yeah, so it's pretty wild. As for the since we're on baseball, I guess the Bristol Motor Speedway thing kind of backfired.
A total and utter disaster. Total disaster. Those poor fans, man. It was 80.
Why?
Well, okay, so we got first pitch at 7:10. We got all the hoopla. We got freaking Pitbull, which somebody explained that demographic to me on stage with Kenny Chesney. Still scratching my head around that.
That's horrible. I'm sorry.
Whatever. In the middle of Tennessee. So we got all this build up. Not to mention when they scheduled this game, I'm sure they thought both these teams, Austin, as you mentioned, would be in contention.
Yeah.
The Reds are, I guess, on the bubble. The Braves suck. They're even behind the Marlins. And then, so 7:10, skies open up. Let's go ahead and just literally rain on this whole parade for 2.5 hours. And when the TV, poor John Smoltz is trying to come up with every racing analogy possible in the open 15 minutes because they're trying to stall it thinking that they can come back. Then they got to go to regular programming. 9:40 first pitch. Strider is not even going to go out there anymore. We're going to throw Austin Cox. Good luck. We pitch maybe an out or two, give up three freaking straight singles, and now we're going to bang the game because it starts raining again.
Can I ask, why are they at this? Why? What's the point? What was... Just play at the Field of Dreams.
Know.
What happened in the Field of Dreams? I thought that was a cool thing. We have to go to a speedway now?
I don't know, brother. Other than the fact that
I think.
No, go ahead, Brent.
I think they just try to get. They're trying to go to places. If you saw the graphic, that never had Major League Baseball games. So they've gone to North Carolina. They've gone to Iowa. Obviously, there's somewhere else. I think they had gone recently. There was a list of 5 of them, and most of them have been pretty recent, I think. So I think they're trying to go to parts. And Tennessee had never had a Major League Baseball game there. And so then on top of that, the Speedway thing. So I don't hate on the effort to do it as much as just sometimes when you do that, it doesn't work. Go back to Jacksonville. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember this. Hamby, you might really not remember this, but it was over a decade ago that the Jacksonville brought the basketball game between Florida and whoever at Mayport on the ship.
Was that Michigan State?
And you guys remember that?
Was it Michigan State?
Might have been.
I can't, man.
Might have been, unless they did a different one. I'm not sure. But
okay.
But the bottom line is, I thought it was really cool. The whole build-up was really cool. The idea was cool. They had to. I think if I remember correctly, they had to stop that game at halftime because of the condensation on the court and everything else. Like, it just didn't work. Now, since then, other folks have figured out how to do it, but I think, like, Jacksonville was one of the first to try it, if I'm not mistaken. But it didn't really work. So, like, I appreciate the effort, the idea, the creativity. And sometimes when you do that, I think it backfires on you and doesn't blow up. Now, the rain, you can't do anything about. That
Georgetown.
But Georgetown, yeah. Michigan State later would play on one, Austin. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Gotcha.
But the bottom line is, I don't mind the effort. You get hammered by the rain, which really messed it up. And then apparently they were like, the food vendor stuff was off. Like, they didn't have enough hot dogs, and the fan experience wasn't even that great. Like, someone said it was like the worst thing they've ever been to. There were seats that they sold that the guy would take a picture of the seat that he was in, and I mean, you couldn't even see like 2/3 of the field. So I don't know why he was sitting in that seat. So there were just some, I think, missteps in this one, and it'll be interesting to see if they bang it for good or they ever do it again.
Yeah, I mean, like, see, I guess that was more of just catering to, like you said, Brent, like a state that hasn't really had baseball. And I'm sure ticket sales are through the roof just because, it's like a one-in-a-lifetime type of thing. So I get that. But, like, I had no motivation to tune in and try to watch it. Like, I did watch for, like, 10 minutes because I want to see what it looked like on TV. And, okay, it looks like a baseball game. But, like, see, I think that's why I like watching, like, the Field of Dreams games, because like I'll actually tune in, sit down and watch a lot of that game just because like it's so historic and just like the ambiance and just like the presentation of it's really cool.
So from what I'm seeing on Twitter, when it was late into the night, some people were getting bunless hot dogs and cheeseless nachos.
Here's some tortilla chips, baseball fan. Thanks for coming.
That'll be $15.
Dang. And bunless hot dogs going keto? Okay, I mean, I get it.
Disaster.
Imagine if you're going keto with hot dogs, or it's like, yeah, I gotta watch those carbs, but the hot dog's fine. Okay, you got it.
That's awesome. Well, that wasn't so awesome. Not a great thing.
Well, and real quick, too, speaking of not so awesome, obviously, watched the entire Brewers series over the weekend, and I have never seen a team, like, and I say this, and I apologize to Washington fans, but, like, the Nats were the worst team I've ever seen take a major league field. Like, they are horrible. Like, they are a joke. And... But here's the thing. So obviously, I had to find ways to watch the games because it was in Washington. So I'm listening to the Washington Nationals broadcast, and you want to talk about depressing? And I felt so bad for them. I had no idea who the people were that were calling the game, the color commentary, play-by-play. But it's bad when, it's the third game, so it's Sunday, and it's like, at this time, it's like 10-1, I think, or something. And they're just like... Yeah, these it's hard to come to work every single day when it's going like this. But what I'm looking for now is our guys starting to signify how many outs there are. And then a guy went like 2 outs, and then the announcer's like, yeah, see, that's what we're talking about right there. Like, this guy's still locked in. He's in the play. I'm like, we're talking about guys saying how many outs there are because. Why not? Like,
Yankees need that.
Hey, it was so bad and so depressing. And yeah, I was eating it up because the Brewers were dominating. But like, a part of me felt bad just because I'm like, when it's 11-1, like, what do you even talk about anymore? Like it's. I get it, but yeah, guys are saying 2 outs. That's good. They're still locked in. They're ready to play. Okay.
Baseball's hard in general, by the way. There's a lot of downtime to talk about things. So when you're getting crushed for a third straight game, there's really a lot of hard things to talk about in a baseball broadcast. Hey,
Brent,
talking, let's see what the chat's saying.
I was going to say, too, they had a segment that they're calling, like, they're doing palate cleansing, where between innings, they would show highlights of, like, yesteryears of, like, the Nationals beating the Brewers. Like, they had palate cleansers, they were calling them. Sell the team. Sorry. All right, go ahead. No, I'm not even exaggerating. They had palate cleansers. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's a good idea. Some producer came up with that. They were like, yeah, that's a good idea. We got to kill some time here and at least have something to smile about. As for what people are talking about, the the chat. Let's just get a couple of comments in. There's some WWE SummerSlam stuff in here. I'll wait till Casey comes and we can ask a little bit about how that played out. And got Scrap House coming up Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Did Dewey run with the ones? Yes, he's been running with the ones and kind of mixing in there quite a bit, in fact. Daniel says, I heard that Dewey looked faster. He said he worked on his speed, which has been his only real knock. He told us in our interview a couple weeks ago he shed about 10 or 12 pounds. So that's obviously made him faster, and he doesn't feel like he's lost any strength. So I think there is a little bit of that going on. Let's see. De'Ami Brown, one of my last picks in my fantasy drafts is Hamby's burner. So a little sleeper pick.
I like that.
It'll be tough to figure out how many catches he gets. But not a bad sleeper pick. Travis posting training sessions is great. How common are players doing that much work outside the building? I guess that's what he's doing on his YouTube channel. And let's talk a little bit about Travis Hunter, guys. I mean, that was the first time we got a chance to see Travis kind of do both things, and it was very unique. We were anticipating it. He ran across right before one of the touchdowns. He comes out of the game, runs across the field to the other sideline where the defense was. Defense was on one sideline, offense on the other, and then he takes his teal jersey off, puts his white jersey on. It'll be the only time he'll have to do something like that from inside the stadium. In the game, obviously, he'll have the same jersey on, but in practice, he's going to start doing this a lot more. So this is going to become more of a regular thing for Travis Hunter. And other than that, I don't think there was like a wow factor. I mean, he caught a couple passes. He played defense. He played more defensive snaps, actually, than offensive snaps. And no surprise. I mean, this is what we anticipated, but it was kind of fun to see. The whole exchange took like 7 or 8 minutes. And I think it's the next step, Austen, of hey, this is what Travis Hunter's going to bring, and there's almost like this reality of him doing it in the same practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to talk about it, but actually be able to witness it of the guys running the sidelines and changing the jersey and everything. And obviously, when we talk about the regular season, that won't have to happen at all. But it's something that we haven't really seen before, Brent. And anytime that happens in any kind of capacity in football, it's something to celebrate. It's something to just try to take in and just, be in awe. And the cool thing is that you can be in awe of it, and it's happening here in Jacksonville, right? I don't want to bring up the bad, but I remember last year when Saquon Barkley hurdled, who was it? I can't remember who it was now. And I'm sorry for bringing this back up.
Jarrian Jones.
Jarrian Jones, yeah. When Saquon Barkley hurdled Jarrian Jones, I remember watching that with my son with my mouth on the floor because I had never seen that before. I didn't think it was really possible, right? And I sat there, I'm just like, let me just take this in and just let me sit on this for a second because that was insane. Well, I think with Travis Hunter now, we're going to have some of those same feelings because we expect a guy to play at a high level on both sides of the ball, which we haven't really seen before. So I'm excited to kind of sit back, Brent. That hopefully that game comes around where he has a touchdown, then all of a sudden an interception, and I'm going to sit there and just be like, "Wow, man! I have never seen this before."
That will be if he does that in a game. I mean, that will be just the talk of everything. Hopefully they win that football game if he's scoring a touchdown and getting a pick in the same game.
Knock on wood. Can you imagine he does it and they're getting blown out by 40 and we can't even really celebrate it? Oh. I don't want to think about that, but hopefully they're winning. Yeah.
Yeah, don't think about that. That's like thinking about Nick Mullins here on a Monday on August 4th, so please don't do that. I will just say this. Dan Graziano stopped by practice last week, and so he put out today on ESPN, I think he stopped by 16 different camps, and one of the things that he talked about when it comes to the Jaguars is Travis Hunter, of course. And here's what he had to say about Travis Hunter, and there were some quotes here from, let's see, give me a second here. This is about his conditioning, and this is what I continue to be. If you hear me bring this up a lot, I think it's because it's so unique. This is the unique part of Travis Hunter, and I think people take it for granted. It's like, hey, you're a big-time athlete, so of course you're in good shape. You're in. We assume that about you. We should. Hey, you're a marathon runner. you're in good shape. I think you've got endurance. It kind of goes along with the same thing with an NFL athlete. But I think the reason why I try to bring this up is because they continue to talk about it on a different level. And so maybe some people have skills that are on a different level. Some people have arm strength at a different level. Trevor has some of these traits that are different level. Well, Travis Hunter's like maybe his greatest quality that separates him from everyone else is his endurance. They just haven't seen much like this. And so here's the quote. It says, Liam Cohen, he doesn't get tired. He's been training in altitude for years. Our strength coach texted me in June and said, Liam, this guy's endurance is something I've never seen before. He just doesn't really fatigue. He can run, and that's why he struggles to keep weight on because of that. So for him, he's used to just doing both all the time. For us, we've got to make sure it's a process. But they even go deeper into saying one of the camp practices when Graziano was there, he actually, even though it wasn't part of the plan, he asked Cohen if he could go play on the other side of the football today. So like that part of it to me, Austin, is worth noting as often as we can, and also the mental side of it, because I appreciate what the coaches and everyone are saying. Like, you've still got to be locked in and mentally tough enough to be able to process everything and be as locked in as you have to be as a football player. That's the rarity of this whole thing.
So I want to bring up a couple points here about Travis Hunter and what he's been able to accomplish so far, what he's shown us, and what the future could look like. We have a preconceived notion of how many reps a football player should get, right? We have a preconceived notion of when you play in the heat, fatigue is a thing. Like, we have all these preconceived notions where it's like, okay, yeah, let's slowly bring Trevor Lawrence along. And then I watch a podcast with Deion Sanders, and I'm not even sure where this podcast was from. But it was all about Travis Hunter and Deion talking about it. I probably should have bookmarked it and shared it with the show. My bad, guys. But during the podcast, Deion Sanders was saying, well, first of all, he said how he was disappointed that Jaguars didn't reach out to him and kind of ask his advice about Travis Hunter, which, hey, I think we're all good. He's not a gremlin. Like, there's not rules that come with him. Like, just let him do his thing. But I thought Deion brought up a great point here, and it involves the conditioning of Travis Hunter. Yeah, playing on elevation is one thing, right? Like, obviously, if you're in the mountains, if you're in elevation, that's going to be better for the red blood cells. I can go into a 20-minute TED Talk, Jason Hamby style about a backup quarterback if you want to, about red blood cells and elevation, but we don't have to go down that, that rabbit hole. But I can tell you, obviously, training at elevation, it's going to help you out. But another thing that I never even really thought about was when Travis Hunter was in college, it was pretty much all no huddle. It was spread and it was no huddle. When he's on offense, you catch a ball, you run back to the line, you do it again. When you're on defense, they catch the ball or they run a play, they go back to the line, you have to, get set again. So this dude, and it's not every single team they were playing, obviously. Some teams are different, but there is a lot of no huddle in college football. A lot of, check with me, check on the sidelines, let's go. So Travis Hunter has been ingrained in that for a couple years now of just nonstop reps. Don't really have time to rest. You read and react and you go. You come to the NFL, and unless, Chip Kelly makes another comeback in the NFL, you're not going to see a lot of that no huddle. Now, you're going to see it in spurts, but you're not going to see it for the full game. So going from college where, okay, got to run back, get ready again. Okay, now I'm on offense, got to catch this ball, run back. No, it ain't like that anymore. Now it's you catch the ball, jog back, let's get back in the huddle. Now it's on defense. Okay, you stop the run, jog back, get a couple breaths, about 20 seconds. Okay, and then let's go again. Like, it's such a different element in terms of having a lot more time to recover in the pros than it is in college football. And I'll be honest, Brett, like, I kind of forgot about that. And shout out to Deion Sanders for, saying that in the podcast and kind of bringing it back to my attention.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I would just bounce this back to you, and it's, again, fantastic point. You're right. We actually were talking a little bit about this with Liam Cohen about how fast things were moving for him. Forget about Travis Hunter, but on Friday night, being out there and things are flying by, it's like, well, you have TV timeouts. You have all these other things in the NFL that kind of paces the game out. That's a really good point about the pace of the game in the NFL versus the college game. I would just bounce back to you this. Does that trump the amount of rest that he would maybe get at times because he didn't have to go like 100% specifically on defense because he was just more gifted than a lot of the guys? He's not going to have the luxury of that in the NFL, right? If you're out there on a snap, you got to go. Like you got to empty the tank most of the time. I know some guys don't, but I think most of the time you're going to have to empty the tank in the NFL on each rep.
No, I mean, and listen, I agree with that and echo your point, Brent. I feel like there's all pros at receiver and corner that aren't going to go 100% all the time, right? Whether they know it's going to be a run, they're not going to get the football, maybe, take a play off here, whether they're a cornerback and it's a short yardage situation and they don't really, get their nose in the mix in the trenches. Like, we see it happen all the time with top talent. But I think that there will be room for him to do that every once in a while. Like, every guy does it, Brent. Like, we could sit here and say this guy goes balls to the wall 100% of the time. Like, I don't know about that. But I will say, at least on offense, like, Liam Cohen has made it apparent how much he loves blocking, in terms of wide receivers on offense. He sang Mike Evans' praises when we asked him, we had him on the show, actually. So, yeah, I understand, like, you can maybe pick and choose here or there, but if you're Travis Hunter, you got to be careful, man, because you still have to block and you still have to, at least get in the mix every once in a while on those run plays on defense.
Yeah, I think you got to be a little. I mean, it's fascinating to watch. I mean, it's just you can't talk about it enough. And by the way, continues to make plays. I was at practice yesterday and made a nice play in the back of the end zone. I got away with a little push off, but it was a savvy push off. Like, I don't really think they would call it. Seriously, I don't think they would call it. So it was a veteran kind of push off, back of the end zone, get both feet down, went up and elevated, got it. Now, he also missed the ball. I think he jammed his finger on that one, and then it ended up being picked by Dewey Wingard off his hands. But, overall, what I like most, I like the storyline of the stamina because I do think it's different, and I think it's just something that we haven't seen, and people are talking in a different way about it. That's unusual to hear guys talk the way they are about a guy's stamina and endurance. The other thing that I really like is last week we started to see him make plays. Like, he was making plays on both sides of the ball. And, Liam Cohen says, hey, we want playmakers. We saw some of that Friday night. Like, that dude has to be a playmaker for you. You went up and got him with the second overall pick. You traded a lot to get him. He can do all these things. He's fun. He's branding. His vibe. His all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to make plays. And I really feel like we're starting to see that. We saw that last week, which should have people really excited about it. Hey, let's hit a break. When we come back, I do want to talk a little bit more about Liam Cohen. There's a sound, but we asked him about his experience because this is another one that I don't know, man. Maybe I'm over-dramatizing it. I'm playing it up a little bit. But I watched Nathaniel Hackett really struggle with this in Denver. And a guy that, we thought was ready for a job and head coaching job and calling plays and all of that. And we saw it really blow up in Denver in a bad way. Like, we hadn't seen anything before. It was right in front of our eyes. And I'm not trying to predict that and put that on Cohen. I'm just saying with that experience a few years back comes a little bit of, okay, what's this going to look like here in Jacksonville when you have a first-time head coach and a play caller and like this, do things look organized? Like, can you get sidetracked? Are you locked into everything going on? I just really think it's hard. I think there's a lot on his plate. And so we'll ask him about his experience Friday night, which was his first sample. And, of course, we got another one coming Saturday as well with the Pittsburgh Steelers coming to town. We're live at Nimnicht Buick GMC. I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on here when we come back. Also, we got a little golf. What's this from, Hamby? This wasn't what I shot yesterday, the FSGA. Oh, is this you're just showing some Furyk stuff.
I feel like I know that guy. Yeah,
this
I know
is
that guy.
from Furyk and Friends. Yeah, sorry. Well, I shot some golf yesterday, FSGA Match Play Championships, plus Julian Surrey won out of Bartram Trail. And then, Jim Furyk and Constellation Furyk and Friends coming up in early October at Timuquana. He actually threw out the first pitch last night at the Jumbo Shrimp game as well. Jim's been all over the place the last couple of weeks. We'll be right back.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jags PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jags PAL.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, welcome back live to Nimnicht Buick GMC. Brent Martineau along with Austen Lane Jason Hamby. Those guys back in studio. Casey Kurtz will join us in just a little bit. We're live here a couple of times a year for our Committed to the Uncommitted scholarship presentation. We'll do that for the baseball, softball season. Really from a couple of years ago, we go in 2-year cycles, and we're happy to be partnered with Nimnicht Buick GMC. We really appreciate them for their support of this over really the last 4 or 5 years now. Been able to hand out a lot of scholarship money to kids on their way to college. We'll do that today. We'll introduce you to our winner. We'll have that person on in the next hour or so, and then we do a little check presentation. Steph's bringing over nothing but cakes in a couple moments. That's always a part of this little celebration as well. I'm not sure I'll bring one back for you guys because everybody here will eat them, and we get to hang out in front of the good-looking GMC Sierra. Every time I come here, I'm like, there are 2 places where I walk in, I'm like, I think I want to buy something. When I come back here in Nimnicht Buick GMC, I'm like, is it time for a new truck? 2020 GMC Sierra. I love it. I love it. Do I need a new truck? I don't need it, but I kind of want it. These are the EV models, and I love the look of this on the EV models. I like my truck too, but
those things
man,
are
I've been
sweet.
checking that one out and scouting it out. And it's really good looking, man. It's got some cool features to it too, and I'm like, can I do that? Do I want to do that? Steph probably doesn't want me to do that. But the other place, by the way, is like a golf. The other place, like a golf pro shop. And I'm like, always want to buy a hat or a shirt in a golf pro shop. I don't know why. I have more freaking hats than I know what to do. What I've stopped doing is buying like polo shirts. One, they're like really expensive. And 2, I have so many polo shirts and I really don't wear them as much anymore. So I don't usually buy them, but hats, and I know, Austin, you don't wear hats, but like that's the other thing for me. I'm like, man, I want to buy. The only time that I ever say like I want to buy something is when I usually walk in here. And when I walk into a golf pro shop, especially in a place like I haven't been to before, a golf like course, and I'm like, hey, I like the logo hat or something like that. Like I'm kind of a sucker for that stuff. Where do you go where you're like, hey, I want to take the credit card out now that you have one?
Where to go splurge, you mean? Like go spend stuff? Is that what you're saying, Brent? Like where am I trying to go?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, listen. Yeah, the hats. By the way, the hat. I mean, it's a little different here, right? The truck's going to cost me quite a bit. The hat's going to cost $30 or something.
Of course.
So it doesn't have to be something major. It's just like every time you go, you want to buy it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, dude. I mean, for me, it's like when I go to anime conventions and like Funko Pops or like wall hangings or something of like my favorite anime. I always got to get something just to let people know like I was there. You know, it's that and it's concert posters. Who I feel like me and Martin Buckley are cut from the same cloth. There, friend of the show, Martin Buckley, Palm Beach Autographs. Right? Yeah, I nailed that. He's got like an extensive collection of movie posters, man, and like I'm not even close to his level because he's got like he went from putting them on the walls to like actually like making like magazine booklets of them now. So he's got like a giant booklet of just concert posters. But every concert that I go to, I make it a habit that I have to buy a poster with it.
That's interesting. Still, like I didn't think that would still be a thing. Ironically, I've got a meeting with Martin today, so I'll see him this afternoon. Hamby, you got anything on this list that you're like, man, I want to buy something? I just get the itch because I'm not like, I don't buy a lot of stuff. Like I spend money on gas. If I get an EV, by the way, I wouldn't have to do that. Apparently, these things save you a ton, especially with the truck. I spend money on my coffee. Each and every day, I usually will buy ones from somewhere, and like I don't really spend a lot of money I don't go buy stuff, but I do on those 2 occasions. How about you? Where are you going?
Yeah, I definitely don't spend a whole lot other than like food, but hats are mine for sure. I mean, if you look in my car, I have 15 that are sun stained in the back of my car. That's always really been the only thing that I've ever really wanted to buy with my own money. And if I have extra dollars lying around, then I'm trying to go to Best Bet.
Very good. Well, you got to hit all the main sponsors today. By the way, you should go to Best Bet right now.
Well, look,
the summer splash thing. You got like 6-7 more days to get in for the jet ski.
Brent, I was really wishing I was at Best Bet 2 nights ago. I was at actually a bachelor trip in Tampa, so we were at Hard Rock, and we had mismanaged when we were going to eat. So I showed up in the poker room. First of all, way too many people in there. Second of all, I get my meal, no eating at the table. I'm like, I've never had this issue at Best Bet. Huh. Everybody's got. Somebody at Best Bet's got their sushi. They got their. The fries, everything. Yeah. It's right there on their table. You can't eat at Hard Rock. So I said, all right. So I have my burger and my fries in my lap. I can't eat it. Dealer's eagle eyeing me. Okay, so. I'm like, all right, I gotta wait. I gotta wait till I'm on the button, so then I can play my. Obviously, I'm gonna play on the button because that's the best position to be in. But after it passes, then I'm gonna run and get this down so I don't miss my blind. Right? Is it just $1 added if you missed your blind? Yes. I hate missing my blind. I've never missed my blind ever. So I go eat this burger faster than anything. I get back not 10 minutes later.
Oh man!
Not 10 minutes later. I'm just gonna. I didn't plan on sharing this. I flop kings and tens on a wet board with 2 clubs. It comes king jack 10. I got kings and tens.
Yep. What's a wet board?
It's like an action flop. King jack 10 with 2 clubs. That's an action flop.
Gotcha. Okay.
Action
okay.
Jackson Letterman flop. Okay. Anyway,
I thought I knew poker. Go ahead, sorry, dude.
So I was a pre-flop aggressor. I raised it to 10. I got a couple callers, all good. Then I raised it to 30 on the flop. I bet $30 on the flop. Only one guy called. It was 4-handed. The guy on my right. Then the turn is another 10. So I fill up. I got a full house, and that guy bets. So I'm like, oh man. That's like the dream. You freaking hit the nuts, and the guy's doing the betting for you. So I raised him. He shoves. I snap call. I'm all in. Let me set the situation. I have kings full.
Oh, man.
He has ace 10. So he's dead.
Yeah.
But he's got the ace of clubs.
Oh, so.
And now there's 3 clubs out there.
That's what they call a flush draw. Nailed it.
The river's a queen of clubs. He has a royal flush, the first one in his life. He has 1 card. He was dead to 1 card.
I would have puked that burger up.
So he has 1 card and 1 card only. So that's 1 out of 40. So he was 2.5%. I think it was a $500 pot. I said, congratulations. He was very gracious, said that was the only one and then he wins the $700 high hand on top of that, just from the casino. So that was my bad beat this weekend. Have a nice day.
Wow, that was good. Have a nice day. We still got to get you in a poker tournament, by the way.
I would love to.
I'm tired of talking about it. We got to do it, and I'm going to pay for it. So I want that to happen. Speaking of, so 2 other quick things about. Really, Best Bet. BestBetJax.com, by the way, 3 locations: Orange Park, St. Augustine, Monument Road, and one of them is. They have a cool thing going on right now, like have your fantasy football draft party down there at St. Augustine at the Races Bar and Grill. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. That would be we're not doing anything. I don't think we're doing anything like that. But if we did, that would be a good concept. It's a great venue for that stuff. If you haven't been down St. Augustine with the bar and grill right there, but also separate rooms kind of cordoned off with if you want to play poker, if you want to play the table games, if you want to watch TV, all the stuff. So, and they'll give you a private area. So check it out at bestbetjacks.com. But I think that's a pretty neat idea if you're looking to hold your fantasy draft somewhere. Check out Best Bet St. Augustine. So lastly, we're eating dinner or lunch the other day, Ty and Steph and me. And so somehow it comes up like Steph's like, hey, I don't know, like maybe like getting a part-time job, or somebody was talking about a part-time job or what you could do if you get a part-time job. And so like something that you'd have fun at and but not take it home, like is the idea. I think that's how we got on this because like, obviously I take my work home a lot. A lot of people take their work home. Mm-hmm. It's just hard to get away from. And so we're talking about jobs that you can get away from it. And I don't know if I've raised the kid right or wrong. He's like, hey, Mom. He's like, Mom, why don't you go be a dealer at Best Bet?
Yeah. I've thought about it.
Like, they don't take it home with them.
No, not at all. That's a good point.
Unless you get the floor called on you. You flip too many cards face up.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you, like, mess up, like, where you flip a card, then I feel like you could take it home with you, yeah.
I've thought about it, Brent, because I just think, when I'm retired,
oof.
And I know that the
arthritis
is tough on the hands. They do some tough hours sometimes. Yeah. But like if somebody flips me my first card and then they flip me my second one underneath the first, then like I felt like I just watched somebody at the highest level of their profession. And it's happened to me at Best Bet plenty of times. They got a bunch of dudes. I mean, not that easy. And they're not even looking. Boom, 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 boom. And it's the second one's flying under the first when it's lying face down. Hat tip. I would love to win the hand so I can tip after.
Wow, that's impressive. How much does a dealer make? Do you know? Like, and how much does that vary? Whether it's Best Bet or Vegas or whatever.
Yeah, I think, what's very customary is that when you win that hand, it's customary to tip $1 every time that you win the hand, really regardless of how much it is. Now, like the guy over the weekend who hits a royal flush, he gets $700 payout on top, and he hits a one-carder at the end, which is because, like the dealer, he gave him like $25. So stuff like that will happen. But like regardless of whether I just win the blinds or I win a couple $100 pot, I always just lay a one on top of my cards and give it to the dealer once I kick it in.
A one, huh?
A one chip.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like a $1 chip.
Yeah, a $1 chip.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess a little for your effort there. It says here, Brent, and this is based. This is based off of what came up first when I typed in Google, so take it for what you want. But the average, it says in Las Vegas, the average dealer makes up to $42,000 in base pay, with tips often doubling or tripling their income.
I bet.
So it's not I mean, Hamby, you can do some math. 42 times 3. We're talking six figures.
That's $126,000.
Yep, I got it right too. I said six figures. I was right. Yeah, so that's six figures. Not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. And I would imagine what do you think? Do you think it's a little bit like being a bartender, where it can be like cool stories, you have good conversation, you meet some interesting people, and then there's also probably some people that come to the table like, get the hell out of here? It's probably a little bit like that, right?
Oh, you would think.
Dude, I was playing with a guy over the weekend who was berating another player at the table. And like, there's nothing the dealer can really say because it's not crossing the line, but it's just like severely uncomfortable. It actually happened because the guy hit a one-outer on this other guy, and he said, "Hey, I'm sorry." The guy who won the hand said sorry, which is like, everybody knows you don't do that. You don't apologize for winning the hand. But the other guy like took it so personal and like, for literally 10 minutes straight, schooled the guy on why it's bad in poker to say you're sorry after winning. And everybody's just like looking around like, at what point is this guy going to give this up? Like, he's not even just tilted.
Let it go, dude.
He's just pissed. And he's like bringing up the guy's personality. I knew you were that type of guy. And like, they met each other maybe 20 minutes ago. And it was It's like, can I get back to best bet now? Nothing like that has ever happened there.
Wow. This just gave me some inspiration real quick.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
This gave me some inspiration because watching, just random television over the weekend, they have the ESPN 8 every once in a while. It's on ESPN News, but they call it ESPN 8, where they'll have, I think this last week was, slippery stairs, where people just run up some slippery stairs, and, that's the event. They had a watermelon seed competition, spitting competition that was on ESPN News. I think that was in Michigan. Hey, what a waste of time! But get the national shuffling dealers championships going. I would watch that for 5 minutes to see what kind of skill people have, doing cool card tricks and stuff. And I don't mean magic tricks. I just mean shuffling and doing cool things.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I mean I'd check it out. I'd gander at it.
Yeah, I think Brendan, this was the first time that I've played since being married. So it's how do I saying that I just lost X amount and saying how I lost X amount are two completely different things to somebody who doesn't know poker. Because if I just say I lost $300,
yeah,
she's going to think I just threw it at somebody or I was playing war or blackjack or anything like that. Explaining and trying to get her to understand that the guy had 2.4% to win the hand is totally different. So I'm navigating that now, and I'm thinking that I'm going to start playing poker with Sarah Moore because it would be easier to explain win/if I lose.
Listen, I think in retrospect, you might want to tell your wife, Brent, that maybe being a poker dealer isn't the best call because it sounds way too stressful. If you got guys acting up at the table and everything, you can't say anything. Tell her to take my idea that I had. Just go work at a dispensary and then do that because you don't take the whole work home with you, and everyone's in a great mood. You provide a service, you can't lose. Now, just make sure she's had some years of experience in retail because obviously I got shut down because I didn't. But as long as she has some retail experience, Brent, she's good to go.
Yeah, I got a feeling you do take that work home with you, by the way.
I guess if you want to take it home with you, you can, but you don't have to. I didn't plan it when I was going to work there, but I never got the call. So
that was fascinating on the poker stuff with Jason Hamby. Okay, now I'm going to try to pivot back to some football real quick because I want to get to this before we hit the top of the hour.
Segue, Brent. Let's go. What do you got?
Our Republic Service. Our Segway game. It's been a while, right?
Yeah.
But Republic Services recycled headlines coming up at the top of the hour, by the way. Liam Cohen, do I think this is too big of a deal, Austin? Saturday's game for him, sideline, the acclimation period, to call plays and to coach. Am I overplaying the importance of that? Is it easier than I think it is?
Is it easier than you think it is? Calling the plays, you mean?
Well, and being the head coach. I mean, seeing it all, seeing the big picture and calling plays, the stuff that it jumped off the screen when you watched Hackett. He wasn't able to do it. I think Doug Peterson and other coaches have certainly figured out how to do it.
I get what you're saying.
Liam Cohen has never had to do it.
So I think it's going to be as hard as it's going to be for him his first year. Right, so you're going to have a good idea if he can do it or not, because eventually the plan's got to be you get the guys that are going to hold people accountable, right? And it's hard to be a brand new head coach, your first year doing it, coming to a team that had a horrible last season, and expect, hey, I can just give the keys to you guys, it's going to be all good. No, you have to show them the way first. So I think just in terms of energy, in terms of resources, in terms of just, taxing on the mindset, it's going to be harder for him this year than any other year. Now, it has to go right? This can't be a situation where the play calling is mundane and just it's not working. It can't be a situation where you lose the locker room. But providing that he can call the plays correctly, providing that he gets at least good feedback in that locker room and they're listening to him, a good response, then yeah, I think he'll gradually fit into that role. But I think right now the plan's got to be just, relying on your coordinators, relying on other people, relying on the leaders in that locker room and working together because no, Brent, he can't just do it himself. There's no way.
Yeah, and I just think it's a lot to balance. I think it's a lot to feel that game out, to what decisions to make. Again, the pace will be different where you have, first of all, a lot of help around you, but also you have TV timeouts and other things to work through. But again, making some of these split decisions are important. When to veer away from even the script, or what you really had as a game plan, and adjust within game to another game plan. Who to put in the game sometimes. When to throw the challenge, like things like the mechanics of the game. I think that we all know that. We sit there and say, hey, we could do that because we're up in the press box or in our seat. You're like, hey, nope, this is easy. Well, on top of that, you're calling plays and trying to feel out the defense and be in the rhythm and be in your quarterback's ear and all these other things. I think it's a lot. I really do. And he has not been a head coach. I mean, that's a new thing for him. Like, that is, again, I'm not telling you he can't do it. He's a smart guy. He seems a detailed guy. He's good at communication. Those are the three things we know about Liam Cohen. I think if you looked at the scrimmage the other night, it looked pretty organized. I think he passed the test in that regard, and we're going to hear from him in just a moment about it. But I do think once you get into the heat of the battle, even the preseason Austin-Pittsburgh Saturday night, these next couple games will be different than the Carolina Panthers and then going against Andy Reid on a Monday night here in Jacksonville.
No, without a doubt. But here's the thing, Brent. Like, it's scary to say, but we just don't know. Like, we don't know how he's going to handle this whole situation. I'm saying Liam Cohen. And, we can go to press conferences. We can look at the resume and say, okay, the resume looks great. The press conferences look great. But until we see it for ourselves, we just don't know. And I'm going to say this much, and feel free to bookmark this, Hamby. The biggest thing I'm going to look for, and mark my words, it's going to happen. This team's going to go on a little bit of a losing skid. Every team usually does in the NFL. Right? Unless you're the Eagles or whatever, the Chiefs. But guess what? You're not to that point yet. So this team's going to lose 3, maybe 4 games in a row. And that's what I'm going to be under the microscope looking of, how does Liam Cohen respond to that? Right? Because it's going to be easy. Like, all right, if you win the first couple games, then that's going to be a hard task too. But you win the first couple of games, everything's flowing. All right, great. Yeah, guys are having fun in the locker room. Trevor's feeling great. We're talking about Travis Hunter, hopefully. Like, everybody's feeling good. What's going to happen when you face your first set of adversity? And I don't just mean a one-off game. I mean losing a couple games back to back to back, where we start questioning things, where national media starts questioning things. That's when I'm going to look at Liam Cohen and say, okay, you're losing. It happens. It's the NFL. What's the plan next? And that retaliation, that next plan, I think is going to dictate just what type of coach you have. And I'm going to watch it closely, because if it's more of the same that we've seen in the past, where you just kind of shrug it off and don't get it twisted. I don't think it's going to be like that. But if it was like that, then yeah, I'm going to be a little nervous once again, Brent, because we've seen that story before. But if we have a guy that gets in front of the microphone, takes accountability, puts accountability in his players, and gives us clear, decisive answers of why it's not working and what they got to do going forward, then you know what? I'm going to say it may not be going the best this season, but man, 2, 3, 4 years from now, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think those are two really interesting things to watch and see where he lands. I kind of liken the curiosity on Cohen, Gladstone, and even Baselli, but Cohen, Gladstone, and even Trevor, I think I put him in the same bucket. The question I asked about Trevor Lawrence coming out of college when he got drafted number 1 is, how will he handle adversity? He's never really had it. I think he's done a good job, by the way, in face of adversity. Now, he needs to still bounce back and show performance-wise he can, but I think he's handled the adversity pretty well overall, from the microphone to the leadership to other things. The results just still haven't been there as consistently as we want. And then how will this regime do the same? Because they haven't failed much. They've been a part of really good organizations. Not saying that it's all been good, but they haven't failed a lot. And this is an organization that's failed quite a bit. So how does that play out, I think, is interesting. Just to finish this topic, Hamby, before we hit a break, let's hear from Cohen on how he thought he did inside the stadium, kind of being the head coach there, although under a different umbrella with the scrimmage on Friday night.
We did a full operation pregame in terms of the ref meeting with me in the locker room, going through that. That was my first one, so that was cool. We did the whole pregame. Was it perfect? No, but it was great to just get this operation in before the first game. So for all of us, just to know where your locker is, where's my stuff, where do I go, how do I handle this?
That's my bad.
Good stuff from Cohen. I thought he No, you're all right. I thought good stuff from Cohen about just how detailed that they got, by the way, Austin, like that they really went into even the officials meeting. And also it's like this cool little reveal behind the curtain of like, hey, I'd never done that before. Like, that's kind of like this just like playful, yeah, never been in one of those. There's going to be a lot of that over the next couple of weeks and into the first. However, I've never done that before. And like, just to reiterate what I said earlier, it's not that you're just going against Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football in Jacksonville, Austin. It'll be like, hey, you're the head coach on a Monday Night Football game for the first time. That means your whole routine changes from what it had been the previous 4 weeks of the season, albeit road game versus a home game. But when you're playing on Monday night, like the whole week is different.
Hamby, you got me. Okay, yep, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. And once again, it's going to be kind of by, learning as you go, really. And, should Jaguars fans be a little nervous about that? I mean, maybe a little bit, just because it is going to be a lot on this guy's plate, Brent, to install offenses, to game prep, to make sure the culture is where it needs to be. Like, there's going to be a lot that's happening, and especially if you're not winning games like you're supposed to be, right? That's a lot on your table. But once again, and I get it's different circumstances, different situations, because, when I think of D'Amico Ryans, this was more of the defensive side of the ball. So he was really just brought in to kind of set the tone, and you're good to go. You're not calling plays or anything, but like, rookie coaches have showed that they can find, success right away, or at least first-year coaches can find success right away. So, I don't think it's necessarily going to be like a grace period, if you will, or a learning curve for Liam Cohen, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, let's just take it easy on him. Like, this is his first time learning how to be a head coach and call plays at the same time. Like, nah, man, it's the NFL. It's the performance-based business. Like, you got to hit the ground running. It's simple as that.
Yeah, I have confidence, by the way, that he'll do it and be good at it. I think he's done a lot of good things already. And just to kind of put a bow on this, I think Baselli, we wondered how he would do. I think the early returns on Baselli have been fantastic inside that building. We wondered Gladstone. Okay, here we go, right into the fire. Hired kind of late. Now you get right into the draft process, the free agency process. Seems like he handled it really well. In fact, to some degree, he's been a rock star. And now in the last month or so, really couple of weeks, now it's been Liam Cohen's turn. And so far, so good. I think he said a lot of good things. I think he's handled a lot of good things. I think the Jags look pretty organized. They look better. You feel like they're going to be better. And then there will be a next phase of this Saturday night in a preseason game, but also when you really get the bullets flying in September. Hey, we're at Nimnicht Buick GMC live with the show, Brent and Austen Show. Today, Thursday, we're planning and scheduled to be in the Town Center at Mason's famous lobster rolls. So come on by in the Town Center. We'll be live with the show 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So maybe come join us for some lunch in the Town Center location. They also have locations in Durban and Fernandina Beach. You can check it out, masonslobster.com. Time out here on the Brent and Austen Show. When we come back, Casey will join us. We talk a little Micah Parsons. We recycle the top headlines of the day, and you'll meet our scholarship winner for the Committed to the Uncommitted, presented by Nimnicht Buick GMC for this season. All on the next hour. We take you until 1 o'clock on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
The moment you bite into a Mason's famous lobster roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good. Mason's famous lobster rolls, from the waters of Maine.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnicht, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnichtbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
The pick of the weekend.
Casey literally just before this came up, Casey was talking about this.
Unbelievable camera action. If you've watched any of Unreal on Netflix, all the behind-the-scenes stuff of WWE, you know this shot was planned out and rehearsed well in advance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Does that hurt your heart? It might. But that is not so natural. Was it still sick? It was. Was the main event still sick? It was. Did I go to sleep before the whatever else happened after the title match was complete? I did.
Hey, but you missed it?
I
watched. You missed the biggest part of SummerSlam.
I watched for 10 minutes total. It was the last 10 minutes of the match.
Gotcha. That's fine.
I got texted that I needed to come in today earlier.
Okay.
Somebody called out, so that was wraps for me.
Shocking. Well, Hamby, what you watched? Were you impressed?
I was impressed with Cena and him and how he wrestled. Like it was.
Dude, he was
his best match in years, probably.
Agreed. Yeah, it was. First of all, let's start by saying this, and Brent, go ahead and take a take a 5 here. Go, ask about some of those rates for those new cars you're looking at. This blew WrestleMania out of the water. Night 1, night 2 of SummerSlam blew WrestleMania out of the water. I mean, whether it was the tables, ladders, and chairs match for the tag teams, which was crazy. I mean, you can go up and down the list. It was obviously CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and then you put the exclamation on it. To quote Brent Martineau, you put the bow on the show with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and then having the craziest appearance of all appearances with Brock Lesnar making a comeback again. It was wild. Casey, your thoughts?
Makes it good.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it good. Like, and I say this, you put a bow on it, and it's Brock Lesnar. I think me and Casey are kind of from the same ilk here, where we don't really know what the plan is now, though, because this whole thing, Brent, is John Cena. It's his farewell. He's the GOAT. He's gonna ride off in the sunset pretty soon. You're gonna send him off in style. You bring in Brock Lesnar now, and you have about 4 months left of John Cena, and then that's it. He's not coming back. You say goodbye to him. So you have 4 months of Brock Lesnar, or with Brock Lesnar coming in. It's like, well, how long do you want to spend now with John Cena and Brock Lesnar? Because I think John Cena going out for his last match, it has to be against someone where we can say, you know what, I'm going to pass the torch on to you, and now you carry the company.
Casey?
I didn't know, man. I thought you were going to say something, but okay. Yeah, I mean, it was great up until that point. The Brock Lesnar point. I think the Brock Lesnar thing is goofy. I don't love it. I told Austin right when it happened I didn't love it. Then I slept on it, and I still don't love it. The match itself was great. The show itself was great that they put on for 2 nights. But it was a weird and somewhat interesting way to put a cap on a great show, to bring out a guy that has some stuff going on, we'll say that way, with WWE and Vince McMahon and some of the stuff that happened there. So we'll see, but to agree with Austin, I think it's kind of goofy to have 2 part-timers try to tell a story now.
And this is the thing, right? Because... Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Brent.
Well, I was just going to ask you guys, like, when you just said hand off to like somebody, that is what happened, right? Remind me. Didn't Hogan and Cena have a moment of some sort at one time back in the day, or was Hogan already washed by that part, or how does that happen?
I mean, well, Hogan, you want to go back to like the WrestleManias, like it was more Hogan, I believe, and was it Michaels? Yeah, Michaels.
And then it was Michaels and Flair.
Michaels
that was
and Flair.
I'm sorry, super
and I'm
kick.
sorry. Like, yeah, but like, and listen, like, there's still 4 months left, so it's not going to end with Brock Lesnar. But like, this just kind of feels like a placeholder until they come up with something else. And I think, because I agree with Casey. Like, to me, it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, I was shocked to see Brock Lesnar because like that was of all the possible outcomes of how that was going to end, I didn't have Brock Lesnar on my bingo card.
It was shocking.
I don't think anybody did. So there was the shocking factor. There was the social media factor where I'm sure social media blew up last night because of it. And maybe we should have saw the writing on the wall, because it would have been Saturday after their press conference of SummerSlam. Triple H announced that they're not going to be doing a press conference after Sunday, which makes sense now because you didn't want people asking, well, why is Brock Lesnar coming back with all the allegations and all the things outside of wrestling. So now that in 2020, that hindsight 2020, that makes sense. But I'm under the impression of usually wrestling, like Brent, here's what I think about wrestling. Usually there's a giant surprise that's going to take people's breaths away, and it's going to be like, wow, I didn't see this coming, now we're excited. I think the exciting outcome would have been the story that they were trying to tell last night. And the story, if you watched and I'm saying in depth last night, of Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, they made it seem like Cody Rhodes is going to turn a heel on John Cena. Like, he was going to be the bad guy. He was going to take the belt. Maybe The Rock comes out, and now the roles are going to be reversed. You have John Cena back to being the good guy. He's the GOAT and everything. And now you have, kind of the babyface of all babyfaces, Cody Rhodes. Imagine the kids, but now he's going to be the bad guy. That's what they were hinting at. And then they didn't go that direction. So, like, that to me would have been the direction to go, because now you talk about, okay, what's going to happen with Cody now? He's the bad guy. How's John Cena going to respond? But you take that moment away and you take that great match away because it was a great match. It was one of the best matches of the year. And you put that on Brock Lesnar. Now it's like, we're just talking about Brock Lesnar. So I don't know if they're going to parlay the whole Brock Lesnar storyline to say, hey, well, Cody Rhodes feels disrespected because everyone's talking about Brock Lesnar. Now maybe Cody's pissed and he still turns heel. I just thought that last night would have been the moment for Cody Rhodes to go full heel, turn his back on John Cena, turn his back on the universe, and that's what we're talking about today.
You guys want everything in the moment. I mean, if you've still got 4 months to go, they got to save that final thing. If that's where it ends up going, they set the table here, it sounds like to me, from a storyline standpoint, and then bring in one more speed bump or hiccup or whatever, and then we'll get eventually to maybe what you're looking for and yearning. I think this is kind of like it sounds like, I don't know, because I'm not watching. It sounds like it's like a tease set up to eventually get there.
But the question is, Brent, is what is there going to look like? Because I get it's about the journey, not the destination. We'll talk about the destination real quick. Like the whole goal of a legend like John Cena going out in his last match is you have to pass the torch to somebody else. You're not just going to have a one-off. It's not going to be Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and John Cena's final match. Like the final match has to go above and beyond. So I don't know. Do they run Cody back for a third time? I don't think so because we felt like the torch was passed last night.
But he's got to get a title shot.
Well, then the question is, who's left? Because you already had Randy Orton, and that's more of just a legend than it is like an actual guy to pass the torch off. You already had CM Punk. You've had Cody Rhodes. Twice. I guess Roman Reigns is the last guy?
Yeah, but it's unnecessary.
But it's unnecessary because then what are you going to do? You have Roman turn heel again. So that's just that's where we're at right now, Brent. And then that's why me and Casey are kind of like confused by this because it's like we see the moment of what it's going to be. Okay, great. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. But we're trying to look ahead now to be like, well, then how do you put a bow on John Cena's career? Like, how is this going to end? He's the good guy again, as he should be. Get the crowd behind him. But, like, the last match has to be impactful not only for his career, but for the business in general. And I'm not sure if there's a guy right now on this roster where it's going to work for.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that one. I can't.
Thank you, Brent.
I can't deliver it, but I got a feeling they're going to – I got a feeling we're gonna be talking in 3 months or 4 months or whenever this takes place. I don't know what the next big thing is or where it happens.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be like, I
don't trust them.
People are saying The Rock, but
you're too good at story writers.
Damn right,
Brent. They should hire us.
You're good at the story.
Don't say that because then they're gonna take us away from this show.
That stupid crap wouldn't have happened last night if I was in charge. To tell you that.
Let them know, Casey.
Unbelievable.
Let them know, Casey.
You guys are good, but maybe just not good enough. Maybe you still got to sharpen your own pens, if you will.
Everyone's saying
on the writing.
But by the way, Casey, in the comments are saying The Rock.
I just don't get it. Like I do, but I don't. I just don't get it. In my opinion, The Rock screwed this whole thing up because he's the one that turned Cena heel. Like you didn't need to do it. The Travis Scott, like the Rock being in the story has screwed everything up. And if you were going to continue to tell that story, you should have brought The Rock out last night to remind Cena that the final boss is still here.
True.
Not Brock Lesnar. But okay.
More on the Scrap House this Wednesday, Casey.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have to cover some stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah. Hopefully, you'll cover just more than that. There are 2 days of SummerSlam. By the way, Republic Services recycled top headlines. RecyclingSimplified.com. SummerSlam making the list. Also, the Jags scrimmage on that list. Trevor Lawrence playing good quarterback on Friday night. Now the Jags get a game week. They are off today. Back at it tomorrow. Some of the top headlines heading into this week. And we already delivered some baseball headlines too. We might get to the bit a little early today, Casey. I'm not sure how ready you are. We do have an interview coming up in just a bit here from Nimnicht Buick GMC for our Committed to the Uncommitted Scholarship presentation. That will happen probably about 12:45, 12:50 or so, right toward the end of the show. What are you bringing to the table today? We got a little trivia. You want to pay off Austin's bet? Did the home run parlay that he just didn't put any money on? I'm bummed for him that he didn't actually put the wager in.
Good.
I mean, yeah, we can. I do have trivia, and we can pay off the bets as well if you guys know what happened with your. I mean, I'm not keeping track of your guys' stuff. You know, you guys are adults. I assume you guys can figure it out.
Lions, then you won the whole thing?
What did you?
I won my 2 bets. I mean, you won the whole thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
So I won one of them. My guy Alex Bowman got a top 10 at the Iowa corn race. So that was great.
That's right. I forgot you had the Iowa corn race.
My other 2 did not go. So in theory, I would be that would have paid out 32 something. I looked at it in the car. So I would be at 32 on the positive side. What was your payout for your?
So yeah, obviously the first one I placed was the Lions beating the Chargers, which I thought that it was a home game for the Lions.
Right.
Definitely wasn't, and Jim Harbaugh definitely had something to prove there. I guess we should have taken, and Hamby, I think he had the same bet too as well. Maybe we should have taken into account a little bit. Greg Roman now calling the plays for the Chargers, wanting to get a good, solid look at Trey Lance. But yeah. That was done by the first quarter, but my second bet was I put $10 on Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run, and I parlayed that with Ellie De La Cruz to hit a home run. Ellie De La Cruz, his second at-bat, hit a home run, and I think Giancarlo, his first at-bat, hit the home run. So, in the betting business, it was really a no sweat, even though it was a plus 1,340 bet. Oh. So I got 144 on my $10 wager.
Damn.
And it doesn't even count, does it? Who cares, right?
That's impressive.
Who cares, though?
That's impressive.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's why I actually bet, because if I had done that in law, I'd be mad. But my 2 bets that I had were an under first inning. I forget which game.
That's
and
right.
also
Braves and
I had the
somebody.
hit combo for a couple of guys, and I got both of them. So, but they weren't crazy money. It was basically like $39 total.
So you barely beat me.
But I'm on the positive side.
Hamby, how you sitting? Are you selling blood right now? What are you doing?
Yeah, so
selling blood.
I'm gonna go donate some plasma.
There we go.
Because Case, I don't know if you heard about a
plasma bets. Here we go. What'd you do, Hamby?
About a half hour ago, I told how I lost playing poker at Hard Rock over the weekend.
No.
And then for our show, I had the Lions winning, which banking on DJU to go out there and really.
Trey Lance was cooking, by the way.
Mm-hmm. DJU threw all 3 passes, so that was no shot. And then I had a 3-team parlay in baseball, and that got reverse swept in typical fashion.
That's awesome.
So then I'm going into Saturday. I'm in Tampa. I just lost in poker. This guy hits a royal flush on me on the river with 1 card to go.
That's amazing.
Queen of clubs was the only card.
That sucks.
So I lose.
Yeah.
We're going to the Rays-Dodgers game the next day.
That's unfortunate.
And Snell is coming back. I'm like, this guy's going to throw 4 innings. He's going to walk 5 guys. The Rays are,
Sure.
So I had that. It was Snell over 2.5. This was a real bet that I placed because I'm trying to recoup some dollars at this point. And my buddy is all about Ohtani to hit a home run. And it's only like minus 125.
Oh, he's been on a roll, man. He's been on a heater lately.
He's hot.
Well, he hadn't hit a home run in 8 days, though. He's been hot, just hadn't hit a home run.
No, he's been giving me fantasy points. I know that.
Right. But minus 125 is almost hitting a home run every other day. He'd have to be on pace to hit 80 home runs.
Sure.
So that's terrible odds. But I'll tail it with you. It's your wedding. It's your trip. I'll ride. So I did that, and I did the Dodgers to win, and I got reverse swept on that as well.
Hey, sounds like maybe a new bit. The Hamby plasma parlay of the week.
That was like $15 altogether.
I like it. Hamby, that's your new bit. We're going to get that endorsed by, I assume there's some kind of plasma place in Jacksonville. The Hamby plasma parlay of the week.
Gotta be.
Let's go.
And maybe what you should do is anytime Hamby bets on anything, you should just go the other way.
Yep, you better believe it.
And solid the other way.
Let's go.
How did you like the Hard Rock in Tampa, by the way?
It was all right. You get lost so easily.
That's
I mean,
fair.
it's fun to go once or twice, but you don't go there to play poker. You go there to play slots, and you go there to play blackjack. If you're going to go play poker, you got to go to a poker room like best.
Fair enough.
Okay.
There you go. Just want to, it's a location that I've been to once or twice in my day. So just wanted to check on the other review.
I bet you have.
At the Hard Rock in Tampa.
I like it over there. I've stayed at that hotel. It's a good one, Hard Rock.
It is a hotel.
I didn't play the poker, but I did stay over there. Right.
So
there.
why would you stay there if you didn't play?
Parsons, real quick. It's on the. Well, no, I played the other stuff. I just didn't play poker.
Copy.
But I played. Yeah. That was one of those deals. I think we actually were with the kids at that time, so they got to like walk through the room to get to the hotel. It's like you're not allowed to be in there.
Bro took his kids to the casino.
Not? Stayed with the kids at Hard Rock.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how we landed there. I don't know if we were seeing something or we were watching the Rays or whatever. I'm not sure
I just want to be perfectly clear that the Hard Rock is nowhere near where the Rays play baseball, especially when they were in St. Pete. It was an hour away from where the Rays play baseball. So however you ended up at that Hard Rock, I think just falls on bad parenting, unless you were at a concert at the amphitheater, which is right across the street. Otherwise, you were nowhere near anything.
That's fair, man.
I just went to bring the kids to the casino.
Okay.
So I'm going to establish that.
Parent of the year.
Oh, good.
Hey, let's get on the Micah Parsons train here, since it's in the title of the show. Where are we at with this thing? Is he going? I think this has all the smoke designed to be like signed by Wednesday to a record-breaking deal, because this is what happens with the Dallas Cowboys. They cause the drama. You think it's about to end, ask for the trade, and then the next week it usually ends up with a signed, sealed, and delivered agreement between the Cowboys and star player.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's kind of a tale as old as time now. I mean, we've seen this happen a bunch with these Cowboys players. I mean, I guess, and listen, I don't think Parsons is going anywhere. I think they'll get a deal done. If they don't, I mean, how many times do I have to say, anytime you lose your best player, it's such a detriment to your ball club? And I get it. They have a lot of great players, right? They have CeeDee Lamb. They have Dak Prescott. But if you look at Micah Parsons' numbers his first couple of years in the NFL, he's on pace for, numbers that people haven't really seen before at that position. So he is your best player. Pay him accordingly. I think what it comes down to more than anything, Brent, is when is Jerry Jones, and to kind of steal the SpongeBob meme, how many times do I have to teach this lesson, old man? When is he going to learn that? Why do you want to wait till the very last minute to pay people? Why don't you just, judge them and be like, you know what? This guy's going to be here for a while. Let me go ahead and pay him now. No, let's go ahead and wait till the market resets itself like 3 or 4 times so the value goes up, and then all of a sudden Jerry Jones has to shell out more money. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and it's costing his team in doing so.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Casey, what do you think, Parsons or McLaurin? Which one's in more danger of ending up a bad way for the current team they are on?
That's a good question. I mean, oh God,
coin flip, really.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. I think Terry McLaurin's extremely important to what Jaden Daniels needs in year 2. So I would start to say that that's probably the team that needs that guy more. But like Micah Parsons, as Austen said, I would almost say irreplaceable. You can get some human beings to play that position, but they are not going to be as good as Micah Parsons. What's interesting to me about the Micah Parsons situation is McLaurin's like, trade me, I'm trying to get paid. It's not like Micah Parsons just said, hey, I'd like to get out of here. He said a lot of things that like you can't really go back on. You know what I mean? Or he typed them, whatever. Like, and this one feels a little different than like all the other trade me demands. I mean, he kind of just went after it. And I respect him for it, don't get me wrong, but this feels like it's going to be a little bit more difficult to fix unless like they overpay, which I feel like now is what they're going to have to do to kind of make that guy want to be there. So I think that one's a bigger problem. I think McLaurin, they could just, as they always do, just pay more money at the end and he'll be fine. I really don't know if Micah Parsons, like, if that fixes that.
Well, because there's emotion tied to this one. Like Jerry Jones and, once again, how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Like, why? And I get it was nothing like questioning like him as a person, but honestly, like, do you think it's smart to say, well, if he's playing the full season, like, listen, I think Micah Parsons wants to play the full season. It's the NFL. Sometimes injuries happen, but to like try to highlight that on your podcast or your show, whatever, for some laughs or for some likes, like, come on, like, this isn't the 90s. Like in the 90s, yeah, you can get by saying that. I'm sure everyone has a great laugh at it. NFL players these days are so self-aware. They're I don't want to say they're so fragile. It's not the right verbiage, but like you got to be careful what you say about your players. And like people want to say, it's just whatever because he's telling the truth. He is injury. You still can't say it. You can't say it about your best player. You simply can't. And then the response of Micah Parsons doesn't make you look good either. So I don't know, man. Like at this point, I'm really wondering if Jerry Jones can win another Super Bowl. At least, like, will his team do a run? Just because, like, when you have things like this going on, it's not a good look.
Real quick, Brent, before you jump back in, I think that at some point you have to go to the conversation of, is Jerry Jones still capable of running the team? Because, he's always done questionable stuff, don't get me wrong, but some of the other quotes, like earlier in this saga, like our guys could get in a car accident at any time, was really questionable. It looks like more and more he's not capable of doing this job. And I understand it's going to be a lot more difficult than like going to your grandpa and saying you can't drive the car anymore because like everybody has to do that. I think it's going to be hard for Steven to be like, you can't run this team anymore. But
you can't drive the car.
I mean, it's not looking good right now for Jerry Jones.
It's a tough conversation. I get it. It's a relatable conversation. But I get what you're saying. That's going to be a really hard one to take Jerry out of it. The one thing I always say about Jerry Jones is like it's always dramatic. It always looks bad. Yet he ends up landing like a lot of talented players on that team. And I know they haven't been able to win. That's a different story. But the amount of talent that they've been able to produce and acquire and draft, and I mean, it's pretty incredible because it looks so off the rails sometimes. And it looks like he wouldn't be able to figure that. But there are like worse GMs by far, that have done that job. He's actually acquired a lot of talent. Keeping them has always been a dramatic thing. One other quick note is now star athletes can do whatever they want to do, and get away with it. But if you're like in everyday life, I think my advice to you would be to don't go to I'm going to write all my thoughts on the note part of my iPhone and tweet it out.
That's the go-to
advice. Yeah. It's usually that's probably not a good idea. It usually doesn't end well. You usually will say things on there that you probably don't want on there, is my guess. That could come back and bite you and bridges burn. Now, again, for Micah Parsons, it doesn't matter. Dude's going to make $30 million a year from somebody. But for us, probably not ideal. Casey, just a little advice as you get us going in trivia.
Listen, I do what I want. If I want to get mad and post it, I'm going to do that. I write all kinds of crazy things in my notes.
Casey is the Jerry Jones of sports media.
I'd take that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like, listen, man. Like
at first, I was like,
polarizing, right?
But then, I'll take that.
You're getting talked about.
Jerry Jones had a good run, right?
Not bad.
This is the end of a good run.
Not bad.
Bro's a billionaire.
There's been some allegations though, so it's beat him though.
I still think I'd take it.
All right, allegations, I guess. I don't know.
Here we go. Oh boy. All right. Trivia from the weekend, sort of. There's some other goofy stuff mixed in here, but we will try to make it happen. Hideki Matsuyama did not win the Wyndham Championship, which was a shame. Cameron Young wins for the first time ever. How much money did he win?
Brent?
These are elevated events now. I tried this last week. It didn't work out so well. I was off by like $2 million. So I think because we're into August, this one's going to be, I won't go as crazy as I did last week, but $2.7 million.
2.7, says Brent.
I'm going to say 2.1 and 10 acres of corn. They're playing Iowa, right?
No.
Where are they playing?
North Carolina.
What was the corn
that
one?
Was the NASCAR race.
Oh, yeah. I was way off, dude. Sorry. My bad. It's funny because you said the top 10 finish. I thought that was a golfer and not a NASCAR driver.
I thought you were going to tell, like, free nights at a hotel.
Yeah. So, okay.
So now you're going to adjust for the corn?
Well, I'm going to adjust for the corn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so a couple acres of corn. That's going to... So, going to give me 2.9.
Yeah, 1.5.
Oh.
Good work, guys.
When did these things get elevated?
It's only some events, and it's the next 3, by the way. So if this comes up in the next couple of weeks, think elevation. You guys may have saw this one or even talked about it, but if you didn't, I don't know. Who said this? I grew up watching my dad wake up at 4:30 a.m. for a job he didn't like. So if I can't wake up early and work hard at a job I do like, I shouldn't be playing football.
Cam Ward.
Damn.
Nicely done, Hamby.
That is correct.
I did see that. I was going to get that.
Okay, I had no idea.
Really? Yeah, I didn't.
It's the Titans. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
not worried.
I don't want to alarm you guys, but a lot of good press coming out of the Cam Ward situation.
Really? He's doing well in camp?
He's doing well in camp, saying the right things. Don't want to alarm you guys. I may have called this.
Okay, but how's it looking on the field?
Good.
Okay.
Good. No. There's good football and there's good talking.
Okay.
It's like the best of both worlds.
Oh, good. The guy can talk good. Can he throw a football? Okay.
Bro's like Hannah Montana. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, Hannah Montana. Nice, Casey.
All right. Anyway, back to NASCAR and the Iowa corn thing. William Byron wins. There was 350 total laps. How many did he lead?
6.
166.
166.
40?
And 40. It's going to be 141.
Damn. Amby.
So
killing it.
I guess
I lost.
Oh, wait.
No, it would be Brent, 166.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Good job, Brent. Hey, the WNBA played this weekend. This is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday combined. Some teams had 2 games. I just want to work that in. Which human being scored the most points in total?
God.
I wouldn't ask this question if it wasn't one you could get.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark's hurt. I just want to throw that out there.
The green thing.
I mean, I know Sophie Cunningham had a great game,
Green thing is
but I don't
crazy.
think she had 3 great games. Brent, you got an idea?
Asia
Wilson.
Wilson?
That's a good guess.
Or the country. I mean, can you be more specific, Brent? You just can't say she's a prince. Like, what? We're just gonna say Asia now? Brent didn't even know her last name.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Brent didn't even know her last name.
He didn't.
He did.
I did know it.
I know he
did
did.
know it.
He's like, well, I've seen the AJA. I've seen the AJA.
Okay, that's good. That's good, Brent. Good work. It's not right, but good try.
Man, I think Stewie's out too for New York.
She is.
So then give me Iniescu.
Sabrina Ionescu. How about that?
Oh man, Brent, we gotta start the WNBA podcast for me, man. I'm killing this.
Any guess of how many points she had in 2 games?
A
Yeah,
bunch.
I know why you were watching.
What? I wasn't watching Sophie Cunningham. We're good.
It's a different team,
It's
dog.
a different team, man. Don't put me out there like that, Brent. How many points did she have? No idea. In 3 games?
2.
In 2 games. Go ahead and
43.
give me 52.
43, 52. Brent, you playing?
I think I saw a tweet she had 20 at like halftime at one time. I'm going to say a little bit more, 64.
59.
Okay.
59 in 2 games.
Okay. Brent went over. This is Price Right rules, so I win that one.
Okay,
Price.
fair enough. Who plays the next football game? Okay.
We do talk football on this show.
idea.
Who plays the next football game? The next football game that
When is it?
No idea.
It
Is it this Thursday?
It's Thursday at 7.
Okay.
Bears.
You only just give me one team because you'll never get both. So you're going Bears.
For some reason, I'm thinking Ravens.
Ravens. Brent.
Giants, Jets.
He's going to give me 2 teams. Both are wrong.
Browns.
Still wrong. It is the Colts and the Ravens.
Yes, baby, let's go.
How about that?
I mean, you got to showcase the Ravens, man, on prime time, right?
In preseason game 1, you're right. We got to see Josh
Undefeated.
Johnson for sure.
Never lost. Is this Amazon Prime?
It's NFL Network.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if Bezos was paying up for this one or not.
Hey,
Okay.
2 playoff teams from the American League got swept this weekend. Who were they?
From the American League?
Yep.
Yankees
Yankees
and
for sure.
Yankees.
Tigers.
Yankees and Astros.
Tigers just won.
Yankees and Astros. That a baby Brent.
Nicely done, Brett.
Who has the highest run differential
That's
in
a
Major League
good
Baseball?
day, by the way.
Go ahead and ask that one again, Casey.
Who has the highest run differential in Major League Baseball?
It's gonna be America's team, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Austin's going Brewers.
I think I just saw in the American. I'll actually look at that stat sometimes. There was
It's a
a
good
team
stat.
recently that was 56 and 56 and had a 0 run differential, which like totally adds up, right? They're even 500. I'm going to go to the American. Who the hell was it that I saw? I think somebody has it at like 108 seems to be the runs. I'm going to go with Philly.
Philly. Hamby, anything?
Give me the Cubs.
Cubs are second, Brewers are first.
All that mental gymnastics, Brent, for nothing. Okay.
12 UFC fights this weekend. How many ended in a knockout?
5.
2.
5-2. Austin?
I'm trying to.
I know there was one.
There's definitely one. I'll give
Shocking.
you that.
Ah, man. Because I'm going to be honest, I didn't really watch a lot of the card.
I watched 2 of them.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna say there's a lot of lighter guys, so I'm gonna go like 4.
3.
Okay. Dang.
Lollapalooza was this weekend in Chicago, big music festival. Who was the headliner last night on Sunday?
Sabrina Carpenter, and she also brought out Earth, Wind, and Fire. Did I watch it? Yeah. Next question.
Okay.
Interesting. That's impressive.
Should we be worried?
Sabrina Carpenter at Lollapalooza, and then you watch SummerSlam.
What the
Nobody else did that double last night.
I had them go at the same time. Brandon, you know I'm a big music festival watcher kind of guy. I had to see Sabrina do her thing.
Can you like sing along while she does her while she performed?
I'm not gonna lie. The only song I know is the coffee, the espresso.
Yeah.
But I just like it because like for moments like bringing out Earth, Wind, and Fire, like that was really cool. So like,
can you name any of the other headliners from the other 3 days?
I only watched last night.
Portugal the Man.
They were there like 8 years ago, but
Portugal.
No, it was Tyler the Creator.
Yes, it was Tyler the Creator was one of them.
And then I can't remember the other one.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh yeah.
Driver's
license.
Last one.
We get it.
This is like a future question, but I do need some help with this one. Freakier Friday's coming out this weekend, so Lindsay Lohan's been outside doing stuff. How is she still bad as hell? Lindsay Lohan looks good. Does anybody have any? Brett?
Any thoughts?
Brett? Anything? By the way, what I just said means she's good looking. I just want to confirm. If
Okay.
you're not up
Can
with the
I?
youth.
I mean, can I take this one for? Go ahead,
Please.
Brett. Go ahead. Because I have some thoughts.
I have nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So there was a time in a period where I had Lindsay Lohan and I had Amanda Bynes in like the same kind of category. Sure. Right? Like in the same kind of tier. Right? We don't have to call them S tier, but we can call them like, like that second round pick. And then obviously Amanda Bynes, whatever happened to her hard. Right? Like life hit her hard.
Mm-hmm.
Face tattoos, piercings. I don't know what happened with her.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest, I thought Lindsay Lohan would kind of maybe follow that trend.
Sure.
And she didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea this movie was coming out this weekend because
Friday.
I mean, I guess they had $0 in the marketing budget, so sorry about it. But no, shout out to Lindsay Lohan because I know what you're talking about. I've seen recent pictures and yeah, she's still doing her thing.
Hamby, Lindsay Lohan? No?
What did she do? Dude, Mean Girls is a great movie.
You're not into Have you seen her?
I just looked at a picture of her.
Huh. All right.
Okay.
I'd risk it all. I don't know what to tell you.
Risk it all.
I thought you were going to go with the. I thought you were going to. I thought you were going to go with the trivia question. Have a little Charlie Hull in there for Austin today too, on the LPGA tour.
Did she win?
That's his other.
The girl that smokes. cigarettes.
Yeah, but she gave it up.
She
So who
rallied
cares?
big. I think she finished like second.
Oh, did you see the hole in one though? The LPGA hole in one. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was wild.
Does that
That
count?
was wild.
Did you see it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not.
Unless the girl smoking a cigarette, I didn't see it. What
No,
happened?
so like she wasn't.
Quit.
I know. That's why I don't care about her anymore, man. Like, no one likes a quitter. Go ahead.
This girl was hitting second, and the girl that hit before her, the ball was like literally right next to the hole.
Oh,
so this
nice.
girl tees off and hits, and it's rolling. It's definitely not gonna go in.
Yeah.
It hits the other ball and goes in.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
That should be like another stroke down.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I'm
was-
saying?
it-
Like that's
You lose two.
yeah, that's cool.
It was. What was amazing is you could get two back-to-back shots that almost went in the hole like that. I mean, they were
Yeah.
the first one was an inch away, so it's two
Dang.
incredible shots to see. All right, hey, we're gonna probably get you guys out of here. When I come back, we'll just do a quick little interview, and the show will be over. we'll be able to put the bow on the show. Hit the highway early. So Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Casey Kurtz, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby coming up next, committed to the uncommitted. We will tell you who our scholarship winner is, have a quick little interview, and have some fun. From Nimnicht Buick GMC, Phillips Highway. Check them out right in the showroom.
That's me looking at Lindsay Lohan. What the hell?
Could you be any creepier, that picture?
I'm going to go hit this break.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jax 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground. The water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Surprise, surprise. Good thing we didn't leave.
Got to work overtime.
Because where is Brent? Hey, you guys could go. Have a good day. Hit the highway.
Got to work overtime.
Maybe show back up to work on time, Brent. Thank goodness we didn't leave.
He's going crazy over those new cars there, Casey.
Listen, I get your new car. Do what you got to do, but respect the game enough to get back on the show on time, Brent. Because here we are once again, saving the day as we do. Pulling this thing together on a Monday.
And you better thank Lindsay Lohan, because the only reason why we stayed
that's true
till this time right now is because we got in a giant debate about Lindsay Lohan, Brent. So you're welcome for that break segment. Go ahead and take it away from here.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you guys stuck around. Hamby, like the amount of disrespect in that Casey rant right there that you couldn't handle bringing it back for 10 seconds out of the booth is just says a lot.
He's on board. He's on board with the gimmick.
By the way, too. I was in the open. He's on board.
We're a team back here.
Hamby's giving up so much blood from losing all his bets. Like, he's getting a little lightheaded back there, and we had to help him out.
Anyways.
The plasma parlays are getting tough.
Yeah.
Hey, bye, guys.
What's up, Dom?
Hey, around. Thanks to Lindsay Lohan for contributing to the show as well. That's what you walk into, Don Petruno. That's what I got to deal with every day, those guys. What you just heard for the last 2 minutes, I got to deal with on a daily basis.
And you love your job, don't you?
I do love my job, I think. Hopefully you sound okay. I might have to fix that if not. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Hamby, let me know if you can hear him. You hear him okay?
We can boost him a little bit, but he's worried about, the next level of baseball. We're not worried about everything you're doing.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about this either. It's not him. It's me. I don't know. I didn't test the mic because we were just talking over here. That might sound a little bit better. So anyway, hey, reason we're here with Dom from Inglewood High School, by the way. Look, now Flagler, but Inglewood High School. Big-time baseball player for the Rams, and he is this year's committed to the Uncommitted Scholarship winner presented by Nimnicht Buick GMC. So thanks for coming on over, man. $2,500 scholarship, and we have some fantastic committed to the Uncommitteds over the last couple of years. Like I try to tell people, this is like a 2-year cycle. You were actually back 2 years ago because we did juniors and seniors, and it was a nice high school career, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was a very nice high school career. Had a good team, good coaches, kind of like the perfect conditions for a player like myself to go in and compete. Got to start as a freshman right away, and then never really lost that starting job. Took it and ran with it. So,
how proud of you of the career that you had and kind of helping put Inglewood back on the map? Proud, obviously, baseball program. You know it, right? But you guys had some really nice wins, some good seasons, very competitive, and obviously people knew who you were. So how proud of that part, being a part of the Inglewood family?
Yes, sir. Very proud of that because, the year before I got there, we had 2 wins, and we came in. People took us lightly at first, I felt, and we kind of just proved my freshman year going in there we could compete with some teams that were considered good. And then the more we went on through my high school career, the better we got, and we consistently, fought against really good teams. By the time we got to junior, senior year, it felt like we could beat anybody at any time if we had to. But, sometimes a lot of close losses here and there. But we stayed competitive with every team we played, I feel like, for my last 2 years.
Well, by the way, you put up some incredible numbers. I got to read it because Coach sent it to me, Coach Geiger. 3rd-team All-State last year, 2-time All-Gateway Conference, 2-time All-First Coast, first team. I'll even read the other TV station. Oh, news for Jack's first team. You're not supposed to send me that one, Coach. 548 average, 548 average junior season, 353 his senior season, and then on the mound an ERA of 2.5 and under both seasons. So that's the big question I have as you go through Flagler. Are you going to be a two-way guy there, or do you think you'll lean, or they will have you lean a certain direction?
So they're going to let me two-way during the fall. We're going to see how it goes, compete for a spot on both sides. Nothing's given. I have to earn it. So I'm going to try my best to earn a spot two-way in the spring, see what happens.
All right. Where do you play? Where's the projection at this level on the infield for you?
So I feel like probably third base.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought, yeah.
They have like, good catchers, and they play the catchers at first base a lot, so those guys kind of occupy those positions. And then I feel like, just for myself, third base is probably the best out of the remaining spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on the mound, I mean, everybody needs that, and I think you were hovering in the low 90s at last check. How's the wing feel, and how were you throwing it by the end of last season?
It's feeling good. The school season went really well on the mound. For most of the year, kept the ERA under like 1.5. Kind of blew up a tiny bit at the end. Gave up a few soft hits, and it just kind of kept rolling in the last game we played. But even throughout the summer, kind of rested a little bit for the first half of the summer, just like hitting and everything, but didn't pitch as much. And then towards the end of the summer, been coming strong on the mound. I'm playing for Post 316.
Yeah, you guys, that's awesome. Yes, you're not done yet.
No, we're not done. So I started the championship game in the local tournament and in the state tournament.
Okay.
Combined 8 innings scoreless between those two games, and tomorrow we're heading up to North Carolina for regionals.
Oh, that's tomorrow. I didn't know that was coming this soon. So what do you got to do there, by the way? Is it like a 4-team deal or an 8-team deal?
8 teams.
Okay.
So we leave tomorrow at 8 a.m. Then we'll get there. We'll have the rest of the night to rest, and then the next 5 days, if we keep winning, we'll be playing.
All right, Coach Corey Goff there as well. He just got the FSC job, recruiting coordinator job. Used to be the head coach at Riverside as well. He's was at Stanton, I think, this year.
Yes,
you guys got a good-looking team there, so good luck in the regionals, and we'll see where you go. How cool is it to stay home, to be home? Where else were you looking? Did you have some other options?
For the most part, we were looking around home because we want my parents to be able to come watch the games. So we were talking with a couple of other schools in the area, but no official offers or anything. So once we talked to Flagler, Pelkey was still the recruiting coordinator.
Yeah.
He came in, asked me if I wanted to take a visit. Took a visit. It was really nice. Loved the field, the campus, and then just he had a plan laid out for me. Showed me he thought that I could get a lot of innings this year potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was a great deal, and once I had the chance, I accepted his offer, and here we are.
Good for you, man. They had a really good staff last year, but they lose some arms, and it's a fantastic facility down there and a great place to go to school. So you're going to love it, Flagler College. Dom Petruno, are committed to the uncommitted scholarship winner. Again, big thanks to Nimnicht Buick GMC. We've been doing this for years now. And do want to remind folks, we do a baseball, softball one with no gate fees that we do in the spring, but we also do one in football season. We're about ready to ramp up all our high school coverage. That started on Friday. So that one's just reserved for seniors on the football front because we have time to get kids still to college. Tougher on the baseball, softball side. So send nominees to Tammy Talley and other folks, your ADs, coaches. You got to spread the word. I mean, why not, right? We nominate someone just about every week. We highlight a kid each and every week, so we hopefully get them a little bit of exposure, and then we have a scholarship winner at the end of it. That just happens to be Dom Petruno. And a lot of our kids that we've been able to highlight find places to play. Which is a very tough thing, though, in this landscape. So we just try to do our part a little bit. Then we take all the credit in the world for it, Dom. That's it. That's how this works.
So that's a great plan.
So, hey, use that $2,500 wisely. We're going to the best part of this for me, I don't know about for you, but is my wife just dropped off nothing but cakes. That's become a tradition. Oh, there they are right there. So that's the best part of this. It's not being on. It's not getting the $2,500 check. You're just going to have a good snack before you go play tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Good luck. Good luck tomorrow with the Legion team. and we will see you at Flagler College. We'll be looking forward to watching you play.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
All right. Hamby, you couldn't have got a hit off this guy or got him out when you were pitching.
Well, we didn't get him out at all last year.
He is our committed to the yes. Oh, did you guys
Yeah,
play
we
him?
played them.
Oh, you did play.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
I think he was like 3 for 3
you
with
couldn't get him
6
out,
doubles. Or 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs and 3 doubles.
That's just 6 RBIs, huh? 3 doubles. Well, that's bad coaching. Just walk them.
Brent, it didn't matter what we were going to throw. The base is loaded. We had to throw him one, and we barely got the ball
You could
back.
have given him Barry Bonds treatment.
Then I hit a triple, I think, and then they threw the ball into the dugout, and I scored on it.
Well, hey, it's not like he remembers, Hamby.
Come on, Dom. You didn't have to add
you at all.
Look, you earned your triple. You didn't have to add the part about us throwing it in the crapper.
Hey, that was my one triple all year. I gotta put the
great.
wheels in there somehow.
Even better.
It was memorable. It was memorable.
Congratulations,
hey, make
Dom.
sure when you get to try to go
Thank you,
go
sir.
strong the opposite way when you get to Flagler and hit it off that gator on the wall.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a big park.
It is a big park. Yeah, you might be able to leg out a triple if you can hit one to
Might
an
be
alley.
able to show off the wheels again.
Don Paterno, our scholarship winner. Congrats, man. We'll be looking forward to watching you play from Inglewood High School. Thanks to everybody who supports our Committed to the Uncommitted. All right, we got to get out of here. 1 o'clock, Storytellers of the 904 with Dan Hicken and Sam Kavaris back-to-back this afternoon before the Young and Norvell show. We've got First and 10 training camp coming up tonight, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. And thanks to the folks here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. Look them up, nimnichtbuickgmc.com, or right here on Phillips Highway. Come visit the showroom. Have a good day, everybody.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
The moment you bite into a Mason's famous lobster roll, nothing is the same. Suddenly, it's 5 a.m., and you're boarding a lobster boat in Maine, heading out to check your traps, keeping only the best, just like it's been done for nearly a century. Because you can't taste lobster this good without it changing you for good.